Thank you all for joining us on patreon.com throughout the year, or that portion of the year that we've been doing this. Also, don't forget to check out the Sunset Lounge. There you can find podcasts such as The Clubhouse. The Clubhouse is your one-stop shop for all things sports, pop culture, entertainment, pro wrestling. Who knows what else these guys might get into. I love these guys. They're great. Since 2010, they brought their knowledge and passion for these subjects and so much more to the internet in a way that is entertaining and engaging. Their show is family friendly, so it's okay to sit down with grandma and be a part of all their shenanigans. They are the Clubhouse. They're at the Sunset Lounge.
Nobody would have thought that I would be the one. Rhyner, sports talk. Baseball, 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 baseball.
Oh, with the big mic. Oh, okay. All right, yeah. Okay, now I get it.
We got a lightning strike, boys. What happened over there, Grego? We had a little lightning strike right outside the window.
All right. Here's a tip for all these Americano League teams.
Wait, you said tip?
Yeah, tip.
Okay.
With a P.
Keep jamming.
The ticket, colon, nothing but a big Gen X jerk-off say.
Is this a cool night or what?
Although somebody would hear that and go, bullshit.
I'm back, bitches.
It is the 28th of March in the year 2025. Baseball is underway. It's underway at Globe Life Field, a very, very fine baseball emporium. I mean, it has every kind of amenity a baseball guy or a baseball girl could possibly want. To it. That's the big reason Globe Life Field exists. Because the place that the Rangers once played in did not have it. There was very, very little wrong with that place other than that. But it didn't have it, and the Rangers had to make a judgment. In the years to come, are the masses going to be on board with coming out here to watch a baseball game and sitting out there in those stands when the score is 11-3. It's in the top of the fourth inning. It's 9 o'clock at night, and it's 101 degrees at night. At night. They very sagely examined that situation and came to the conclusion, no, they are not. So what do we need to do? We need to build new. It needs a roof. The only thing we didn't do when we built this place. It needs AC. And across the street at Globe Life Field, that's what you've got. And I, for one, love it grudgingly because I'm enough of a baseball purist to think it should be played in more normal baseball circumstances. But when it's 101 degrees at 9:30 at night and the score is 11-4, great. I have no problem with it. Why do we bring all this up? Well, because their old ballpark still exists. It is now known as Choctaw Stadium. It sits right across the street, and for the first time since the last time I walked out of this place, I walked into it and took my first look at it today. And there are a lot of familiar things. It has changed in content, but not form. I mean, if you were ever here before, you would walk in and take a look around and say, yeah, I recognize this place. I remember it. But down there on the field, there are no base paths. There is no pitcher's mound. There is no home plate. There is only field where they play, I don't know, football, soccer, whatever the hell they do down there.
Soccer tonight.
Soccer tonight?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's where we are today. Except there's one other thing. It has a very, very nice amenity. And that amenity is Hearsay. A cocktail lounge, if you will. And when I say lounge, this place is quite loungy and quite nice. And that is where you will find little Your Dark Companion. Oh, they also have food units here, too. Food units, they say, are absolutely divine. That's where you will find little Your Dark Companion today. We are here. Very glad to be here today. I would be Mike Rhyner. This is Shoopy over here. And this is The Hammer.
Grego.
Is loungy a word?
It is now.
It is now.
Loungy. Very loungy. I love that. And what a great name. You know, I'm kind of an expert on club names. Hearsay, that's a terrific name.
Yes.
Terrific name.
And I believe it is an original name. I've never heard of a place called Hearsay before, although I'll bet they got one somewhere.
Yeah, I believe they've got a couple in other various and sundry ports of call, but
it's the same one, right?
It's the same company and all that.
Ah, okay. Well,
that's a good name. You can do a lot of things with Hearsay. A lot of good things. And this is very loungy.
I want to lounge right now.
Yes, it is loungy. I mean, look at it. It's dark. Ceilings are low. Lights are very, very dim. Except for the ones that are shining on us.
They're very bright.
I wish I would have worn my silk pajamas and my robe.
You almost need a pipe to go with it, too.
Yes, exactly. Some nice smoking jacket. Real Hugh Hefner vibe working. Dean Martin vibe working around here. I love this place.
They got a very, very nice and apparently pretty well-stocked bar right across from us, too.
That's a pretty strong selection of spirits.
I would say so. I would say this is a place that if you're ever coming out here for a ball game or some such, you need to check out Hearsay. It's good. We are Little Your Dark Companion, and we are here today, and very, very happy to be so. And we will edify you accordingly with podcast stuff, podcast material, podcasts, and all that implies for the next couple of hours or so until they tell us, okay, we've had enough of you, which does happen. We do.
It's happened before.
We do reach a point very easily where people have just had enough of us. And they say, okay, it's time for you to go.
You don't have to go home.
But we just don't want you to stay here.
Exactly. Get out.
Yeah. So that's where we are today. And if you would like to come out here, then I guess you can, can't you?
We'd prefer if they did.
Why, yes, you can. In fact, of all the places that we've done podcasts at, this is one that you do need to come out here for. You do need to come out here and see this because it's nice, man. I don't know whose idea this was or who was behind it, but kudos to you. You did it right. You did it right. You built a really, really nice place that a lot of people are
we can't hear you.
Are going to enjoy coming to out here. And yes, there's a patio out there overlooking the field. So if there's a game going on here, whatever kind of games they have here these days, do they have football or some such?
Yeah, we got North Texas Soccer Club, FC Dallas's minor league team playing tonight. We got the UFL getting going again soon with the Renegades, and they just have a bunch of other stuff going on.
All right.
I'll actually be running camera for the soccer game tonight.
Will you?
Yes.
You're
so
pulling.
I'm double dipping tonight.
Double dipping. Double dipping shoopy.
But not triple dipping. That's only reserved for an establishment that we don't need to name here.
Okay, I don't know what you're
talking
about.
Don't worry
about it. Okay. I won't.
I don't either, but I want to know.
Chili's.
Oh.
But Hearsay is just a few steps up from that place.
A few.
We're doing pretty good here.
Not that there's anything wrong with Chili's, but
yeah, this is
Chili's is Chili's, Hearsay is Hearsay, never the twain shall meet.
This is probably the kind of place that wouldn't allow me in. Real high class place.
Well, you're here now.
I know, but I mean, if I came in here as a patron, they'd probably say, "Nah, not you, dude." You don't really meet our standards. You need to.
You don't think they have a?
You need to go down there to Skippy's Mistake, play a little volleyball.
You don't think they have an Edwige type figure here?
I don't know what Edwige means, Runs.
Edwige used to be the person at, I believe, Tango or one of those places, someplace back in the day, who stood at the door and determined whether the people who wanted to come in there had the right vibe for that night. And if you did, Edwige would let you in.
Was he that big black guy?
No. Edwige was a woman.
Oh.
And if you did not have the right vibe for that night, as it was determined by her, then she would turn you away. And you would be fit to do the old either, you don't have to go home, but you can't get in here.
I used to have that gig not very far from here at Players, right across the highway. I was that guy that determined whether you came in or not. And normally, if you had $2 cover charge, you got in. That's pretty much my standard.
That's a good standard.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Did you ever turn anybody away?
Few people.
Why?
Few people. Mainly dress codes. We had BS dress codes there, and I hated it. So you had to, believe it or not, back then, if you had faded jeans, you couldn't get in. Tennis shoes, forget it. You don't get in tennis shoes.
What year is this now? We're talking?
1981, 82, running there.
Okay, yeah. I would have been borderline at best. At best.
So that was, I know how you get people angry at you. It's especially cool when a drunk woman gets thrown out and she tries to get back in. That's always the best part.
That is good.
She will tell you anything to get back in.
That is
her
good.
Her purse is in there. She forgot her lipstick, and if you'll let her go in, she'll get it and come right back out.
Or all I want to do is buy some cigarettes. You let me in, I'll buy some cigarettes and I'll leave.
I think I've heard that before.
Sure you will. Sure you will. So the masses can come into Hearsay tonight?
They're here right now.
Okay, well, we got Rangers Red Sox game 2 tonight.
Yes.
Of Texas Rangers baseball.
You know what we have along with that, Shoopy?
Pumpkins?
Pumpkins and all-you-can-eat tickets for tonight's game. We're giving away, if you have the weirdest, wackiest memorabilia or whatever, we will give you 2 tickets to tonight's game in the all-you-can-eat seats. You can eat all the hot dogs, all the popcorn, all the whatever else they have. All you want.
All you want.
Yeah. And the tickets that they get, the paper tickets that they get from us, are signed by the 3 of us. That's invaluable. It literally has no value.
That would push the normal person over the edge right there. All right, so if you'd like to come out here and get in on that, then make your way up here to Hearsay.
Bring some weird stuff.
Check out the scene, bring some weird stuff, and who knows, magic could happen for you tonight. All right, how's everybody doing? How you doing, Shoopy?
I'm good, Shoopy. I'm a little off my game because our friend Carrie, Mr. Freak Jesus, is here and seems to be clean-shaven again. I don't know why he does this, but he used to have the longest beard. Like, he's basically the model of this shirt right here.
Yeah.
And he comes here and he looks like a baby. A sweet Jesus baby.
I haven't seen him yet.
He's like right behind the light, essentially, but he's coming up here. We might have to get him on. Here, Carrie, come up behind us for just a second.
These lights are really bright.
Yeah. Look at that.
That's him?
Yes.
Oh, my God. That's you?
Yeah.
That's you?
Wow.
Because, Grego, have you met Carrie before?
You're a good-looking guy, man.
Never have.
No, you met me, but I had the beard.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
right?
like,
Okay.
Serious beard.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, you wouldn't recognize me without it. So.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a good-looking guy.
Right? He always is, but, like, you can actually see his face, and it's nice.
Thanks.
Love it, Bubba.
All right, you can go now.
Oh. Jeez. It's one of our most loyal listeners.
I know. He is. I love that boy. He knows I love
Yeah.
him. All right.
Well, I'm good, Shoopy.
You're good?
Yes.
Grego, what do you got to say for yourself?
I'm pretty wonderful. I mean, I had a pretty wonderful day yesterday.
Doing what?
Sportsing. Yesterday was a good sports day, all day long. You had the Rangers, and then you had the last channel where you could switch around. And I was intrigued by a story on opening day yesterday.
Oh, really?
Tyler O'Neill. 5 straight years, 5 straight openers, he homered. And he homered
Wow.
and he homered yesterday. He's got 6. And matter of fact,
So he's up to 6 now, huh?
6, yeah. Now, Willie Mays has 7. But Willie Mays is Willie Mays, and Tyler O'Neill is
Tyler O'Neill's a good ways away from being Willie Mays,
Yeah.
but still.
So that happened. So you had that, and then I started
Who's he
watching.
play for? The Redlegs?
No, he plays for the Orioles.
Okay.
And they had 6 home runs yesterday. So that intrigued me. You know how much I love the home run. Good gosh. And then I started watching a little basketball, and I thought about you because the Root Hogs blew a big lead. Did you watch that?
No.
Oh, man.
You know,
It was Tech against Arkansas. Lance Hughes against the late, great Oliver Miller. Mm-hmm. And you didn't watch that game? Oh, it was tremendous. And John Calipari, your favorite guy, I know how much you love college basketball coaches.
Yeah.
You were onto that before anybody.
Well, that hasn't changed. That has not changed with time.
No.
I still think about them the same way that I always did. I've been really weird with the NCAA tournament this year.
Because it hadn't been good and because it's no longer what it used to be.
I mean, the first 2 days, I didn't watch any of it. Thursday, Friday, didn't watch any Saturday. Sunday, I did watch some. And it was pretty good on Sunday, and that made me regret not watching any of the rest of it. But now they're into the next round. And really, the only thing I'm interested in college basketball really these days is Cooper Flagg.
Well, boy, did he have a night last night. Did you watch him?
No, I got to see him play before this is over, though.
God.
I mean, this just sounds
Man.
This just sounds too preposterous.
Well, first of all, you know he's supposed to be a high school senior.
Yeah.
And you know he has a twin brother.
Yeah.
Okay, that's up front. Man, this guy, I'm going to make an analogy, and you're going to laugh at me. But you know who his game, everybody wants to make him a Larry Bird, right?
Yeah.
You know who he reminds me of?
Who's
Don't
that?
laugh at me.
I won't.
Kevin Durant. He's Kevin Durant.
Okay.
I knew it, Grooves. They're about the same size. Both of them can shoot the 3 if they need to. Both of them have deadly mid-range jumpers. And they're just always around the basket, doing spectacular stuff. I mean, he reminds me, his game is more of that. I tried to make him Grant Hill, but then I decided, you know what? You're just trying to make a Duke comparison.
Yeah.
But he's more of a Kevin Durant. He really is.
Everybody talks most about his dunking ability. That he's
So
just
effortless.
this incredible dunker.
Just effortless, too. So many of these people now that are big, they're making the game look easy. Like Joker. I mean, he when you watch him, he's so, I call it clumsy stats. It just seems like that everything he does, he looks off balance and clumsy. But if the object of the game is to put the ball through the hoops, that's all he does. It may be weird looking shot or.
Do you like him?
Yeah.
Man, I love the Joker.
I love that guy.
I love him too.
Because he's a skilled basketball player. And, you would say, well, he's like the old school center. He's so far from an old school center, he's not even close.
What gets me is he can look really, really clumsy out there, but he never falls down.
No.
And when you think that he's about to lose the ball or something bad's about to happen for him, it never does. I mean, he's an incredible passer. He's got the most unbelievable triple-double anybody's ever seen. He went for I think, 40, 30, 20 one night. And something like that. And I just can't get enough of watching that guy.
He's good.
Because every time I see him play, I see him do something that I'd never seen him do before. And, I don't watch him every night or anything like that. I'm sure for people who observe the game of basketball a little more closely than me, it's, everything he does is probably pretty old hat. But for a day tripper like me who sees him, every now and then, and I mean, every time I fly by there and the Nuggets are playing, I'll hang for a while. But man, there's just nothing like him. And if he's not the MVP, who is? Who's better than that guy? Who's more valuable than that guy? He's a big. He's a big, and he can do all those things.
And like I said, I like him because he's. I used Kevin Durant a minute ago. You know how silky smooth he is? I mean, everything he does is just smooth.
Yeah.
Joker's just the opposite.
Yeah.
He's just a clunky, bull in a china closet, go in there, but he puts the ball in the hole, and that's the object of the game. If you do that more than your opponent, you're going to win.
Yeah, that's the object
and that's what
of the
he
game.
Does. And he gets these weird tipped rebounds.
Yeah.
And he's always tipping the ball to one of his teammates.
Yeah.
He's a smart
Or he
player.
tips it to himself.
Yeah. He's just a smart player. And I don't know how they're not going to give him the MVP, but they're not. There's no way those writers are going to do that.
Man,
no way.
I don't know. I think when he had that unbelievable triple-double,
that'll be 4 in a row.
That pretty much,
right?
Well,
they're going to. You know what they're going to do? They're going to look on there and go, Michael Jordan never won 4 in a row.
well,
Magic Johnson never won. Larry Bird never won 4. They're going to start making that comparison.
dare I say it? Dare I say it?
Maybe he is.
Maybe he is.
Maybe he is. Yeah. You're getting in that territory now.
You are. You absolutely are.
He ain't ever going to be better than Michael Jordan because of the skill factor. But he may put up stats like Michael Jordan.
Well, maybe he doesn't have the skill of Michael Jordan. Maybe he's not smooth like Michael Jordan was. But everything he does works out. I can't tell you how many times I've seen a guy guarding him tight, The guy's trying to knock the ball away from him. He may tip it around, but the Joker always gets it back. And before anything bad happens, he always gets it to a teammate. Or he shoots it himself.
He seems like the guy that can go into a game and within about probably the first 10 minutes of the game, maybe the first quarter, he has 3 or 4 adaptable games that he can play.
Yeah.
And he'll just go ahead and say, okay, I need number 3 tonight. So I'm going to need to shoot threes and rebound a lot and get assists. Or it might be, I need to do number 1 tonight. I've got to score 30. And he can do that.
That's what the really good ones do.
Yeah.
They adjust their skill set to whatever is needed on the court. They let the game come to them and then go to it.
Now, that being said, they don't have a shot against Oklahoma City.
They may not.
Not a shot.
They may not. The more I see of them, the more I grudgingly buy in.
You might get the Cavs to beat them, but otherwise, you're probably looking at a OKC Celtics final.
Okay, I could live with that.
I could too. That wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, I could live with
Now,
that.
the NBA, they're not going to want Oklahoma City in there. But then they don't want Cleveland in there either, or probably Denver.
Yeah. No,
If it's not the Lakers.
They want the Lakers. They want the Lakers. They want the Celtics.
Well, the Lakers blew one last night. You see that game? Oh, man.
Yeah.
A half-court shot. Love that. LeBron just sitting there letting him shoot.
Yep.
Used to a half-court shot. I mean, that'll get you the headlines. But now players can make those.
Yeah, guys can make that shot.
Especially if you let them set their feet and launch it. And LeBron just sit there and let him do it.
Now, you don't see it that terribly often, but I'll bet there's going to come a time in the next 3 to 5 years where the half-court shot will be put up 4 or 5 times a game.
Just cross the line. If nobody's on you, launch.
Yeah.
Hey, if Meadowlark Lemon can hit all those hook shots from half court, why can't somebody else do it?
And once it gets put up 4 or 5 times a game, then the next thing you know, it'll happen 6 or 8 times a game. And on it'll go. It'll to the point where it becomes just a a part of the fabric of the game.
I never thought I'd see somebody right on the three-point line, right on it, and be open and take a step back and shoot the ball. You see that every night in the NBA now.
Yeah.
Why do they do that? Nobody's on them. They got an open shot, and they'll take a step back.
You know what?
Are they just trying to show off?
I've seen at least with Kevin Durant. You remember a few years ago, he shot and his foot wound up being on the line. Now I know at least he does that to make sure that he's
I hadn't thought about
fully off. So it's not necessarily a show-off
That might be
thing
what they're doing.
where it's just being extra safe. Of like, if we're going to shoot this damn three-pointer, let's make sure it's for three and not for two.
That three-pointer. I always loved it, but now I'm not so sure it's not
There's a lot of
the game. I
Yeah, there's a lot of them, but it's a part of the fabric of the game now.
You know, I saw this during the tournament. I forget who was playing. A guy got around his defender, and he had a straight shot to the rim for a dunk. I mean, just a straight shot. Whips it out. I mean, just a side arm whipped out for a guy to shoot a three. Guy shoots a three, and he makes it. So it all worked out.
Yep, all worked out for him.
But, Mike, I mean, can you imagine that? I mean, you got two right there.
Yeah.
I'm going to whip it to shoot.
You know, there was a time if you do that, coaches are up your ass.
Oh, and you're sitting down for a while.
But now, that's just the way the game's played. You know?
Now the coach is like, why'd you take the two?
Yeah.
Well, because I'm dunking the ball, and I felt real confident we were going to get the 2 points. Now we need that three.
You know who I really like on Oklahoma City?
Who's that?
They got one guy that when he comes into the game, he's a bench player for him, and when he comes into the game, I can't stop watching him. That's that Isaiah Hartenstein.
I may not be real familiar with him. Does he play a lot?
Yeah, he plays a good bit, but he's a bench guy. But I've never seen a bench guy, on any NBA team, I don't think, come off the bench and immediately assess the situation, figure out what the team needs, what's going on out there, what the team needs, how he can best help things, and then bring it. If you need offense, he can shoot. You need defense, he can cover. You need rebounding, he's a big. He can give you that too. You need somebody to distribute a little bit, he can do that. Need somebody to shoot the three? Gotcha.
It's players like that elevate their team to win championships.
Yeah.
You know, you got to have your superstars to win. Everybody knows
and
that.
they've got theirs
But
for sure.
If you don't have a worker bee or a few,
Yeah.
you're not going to win. Look at the worker bees when the Mavericks won it.
Yeah. On just about any other team, Isaiah Hartenstein probably would be a starter. But he's a bench guy there. And it works. It works for everybody.
You know, one of the things that why I'm kind of pulling for Oklahoma City is because, you know, having Harden and Durant and who was the other one? Who was the other one? Groobs?
Westbrook?
Westbrook, yeah. Russell Westbrook. And they were kind of robbed of their time there. I mean, they were going up against the Mavericks, who were really good that year. And then all the players, of course, they're not going to stay in Oklahoma City. They kind of disbanded. And it didn't take them that long to assemble another sensational team.
Well, you know what happened there? Those guys couldn't figure out how to play together.
No, that's true.
I mean, you got three ball-dominant guys, three guys who need the ball. If they don't have the ball, then they're not bringing you a whole lot. That was never going to work.
Well,
and I'll tell you, I would not have Russell Westbrook on my team. I don't think I'd have James Harden either.
I wouldn't have James Harden, but Russell Westbrook's pretty good.
Oh, they're all good. They're all good, and in the right situation, they would work. But I don't know. I just see too much downside with both of those guys. I think James Harden's just as selfish as he can be.
They're ball hogs. They are ball hogs.
Although I will say this, you don't ever hear that about them. That's just the vibe.
I wish
James
somebody
Harden
would have done a reality show of those three when they were trying to party around in Oklahoma City.
No, man, that would have been great.
I mean, can you imagine Russell Westbrook rolling into one of those cowboy clubs in Oklahoma City?
Say, how many strip clubs do they have for James Harden to visit? Like, I saw somewhere a few years ago, it might have been on Twitter, someone did an analysis of how well James Harden played at different visiting cities based on how near or far the closest strip club was.
Oh, I guarantee. I bet he had great
Like the
numbers
farther
in
away
Atlanta.
the closest strip club was, the worse that he played.
I bet he was big in Atlanta with cheetahs.
Oh my gosh.
Probably
lemon pepper
averaged-
wings.
He probably had a quadruple double on that one.
Well, I don't know. I'm kind of glad that Oklahoma City is doing what they're doing, but once the tournament starts, are they tournament tested? Do they have enough? Do they know how to play that kind of basketball?
We don't know yet.
I
but
wonder.
Maybe.
They're going
I
to be
wonder.
they're going to be the front runner now. They're
Yeah,
not,
they're going
not
to be the front.
surprise.
They're going to be the front runner, but you need tournament experience. You know.
That's true.
But the only way to get experience is to get experience.
That's right. That's right. If you don't have experience, then you got to get experience, and you can't get experience if you don't have experience.
It's true.
Which was always a
What'd I
catch-22
say?
for me.
That was
You go into a
awesome.
job interview that, man, we'd like to hire you, but you don't have any experience. Well, if you'll hire me, then I'll have experience.
It's only one way to learn.
That catch-22 situation.
Who was the last guy that wouldn't hire you because of that?
Gosh, so many people turn me down. I don't know. It'd be hard to say. Nobody. Just pick somebody. Just pick a radio station around here. They told me no.
I mean, they said yes, and then they eventually said no.
Right, exactly.
What about you, Shoopy?
No one ever turns me down.
I believe
Work-wise.
No, I believe it too.
Yeah.
I believe it too. Shoopy has the vibe that he's a good team player. He'll do anything for anybody.
I will do just about everything, won't I?
That's right. You have done just about everything, haven't you? All right, we got any more basketball stuff there? Is that are we basketballed out?
Basketball.
Oh, yeah. I heard that.
Basketball.
What? I'm still intrigued by
basketball.
Taylor Jenkins getting fired by the Grizzlies while they're in fourth place. That just feels so weird.
All right. Yeah, that does feel weird.
know.
Something's going on there. Either he turned everybody with the club, either all of his players, or if not all of his players, everybody else. Either he turned everybody against him, or something came out.
What's his
So-
contract situation?
I don't know his contract situation offhand. I do know that a lot of his assistants were let go last offseason. So I don't know if they're trying to
Weird
change the message around him or
Weird time
something.
to make a
but-
coaching change.
It's a
Yeah,
very weird
there's
time
9
to
games
make
left.
a coaching change, especially if you're headed for the playoffs. And you know they're good. I don't think they're going to make a lot of racket once they're in the playoffs, but they've had a pretty nice year.
Hey,
They're
I
going to
bet-
win 40-something games.
I bet the Mavericks wish they could switch places with them record-wise. I don't know. How are you going to sell that to a team? Unless the team just hated the coach and they wanted him out.
Well, that could be too.
In that case, I mean, that could be a good deal. But, you know, this time of year, and you're going to go in that locker room and go, well, we're going to make a change here. And what kind of change could they possibly make in the last month of the season?
To do that this time of year, you have no choice but to promote his first assistant. I mean, unless there is some experienced big-name coach out there somewhere who probably just got shit-canned himself, then you don't have any choice except to promote from within.
Yeah, and they promoted, I'm going to struggle with this name, Thomas Asolo as the interim coach, and he's in his first season with the team. Says he's credited with revamping Memphis's offense, installing a brisk, motion-heavy system and all that, but 9 games left to do this?
Ooh, that's a crazy
Yeah,
name. Tuomas.
right? Yeah,
Tuomas is,
Iisalo.
wow.
I know, right?
That's starts out with that dreaded double I. You don't see that very much, shoot.
No, probably for the best not to, but yeah, it just makes no damn sense.
It does make no damn sense.
What are we going to do, Shoopy?
I don't know. Just hold a good thought for him and for the Grizz, I guess.
And just be glad you don't live in Memphis.
True.
So bad about that.
It's just a bad town. Crime-ridden, horribly run.
Well, that's makes it no different from any other.
It's just they've always had a bad complex because they've always kind of been the bastard stepchild of Nashville and Knoxville.
But they're the biggest city in Tennessee, aren't they? Aren't they a bigger city than Nashville?
It's close. I'm not sure where it is now, but it's close.
Boy, look at Shoopy.
Nashville.
Nashville's the biggest city. I'll be damned.
I had no idea.
They've overtaken Memphis.
Hostile takeover.
It is a hostile takeover.
Hadn't been the same since Elvis died. All been going downhill since August 16th, 1977.
When he died on the turlet.
Yep. All right, what else you got there on your pad, Grego?
Yeah, so much pad.
Oh, I do have. I do have.
You got stuff, man.
I mean, do we want to shift out of the basketball mode? Have we destroyed that carcass yet?
I don't know. I can go either way. You got something there, Shoopy? Throw something out.
Oh, yeah. I did send y'all that, Mark Cuban commented on Gavin Malloy's Facebook page. Gavin's been in a Deep Ellum institution for forever, and he actually worked with the Mavs for a time and threw out some comments on his Facebook saying something, I think, along the lines of Mark Cuban has to go, or what did he say? Cuban should be run out of Dallas.
He has to go.
Yeah, sorry. It was Cuban should be run out of Dallas, like after the whole situation, after bringing in the Adelsons and, even bringing in Nico and just kind of letting them all run wild and doing their thing. But apparently Cuban actually responded to that Facebook post from Gavin. And, he's saying stuff like made money 2 out of 23 years that he was the majority owner, lost hundreds of millions of dollars. But yeah, and he says he fully expected to run basketball, but the NBA wouldn't let him put it in the contract. They took it out. And then he said, I thought the Adelsons would stick to their word because they didn't know the first thing about running a team. Someone obviously changed their mind. I don't know.
I believe every word he says.
I believe that too.
I believe everything Cuban says, except one thing. One thing bothers me. That the fact that he's saying the NBA wouldn't allow that clause in the contract for him to run the basketball. That just doesn't sound right to me. And who is the NBA to say that? Now, I guess they could block the sale.
Yeah.
I guess they could do that. But that just seems like very odd to me.
And
otherwise, I believe Mark Cuban 100%.
And I think some of the thinking is maybe having a previously majority owner still having that much say in the organization makes it really weird for when the team does eventually go up for sale again, but it still feels a little off.
I'll bet you right now that Mark Cuban would like a do-over.
If he knew that Luka was going to be traded, if he sold the team, there's no way he would sell the team to the Adelsons.
I don't understand why Mark did it, man. You're not going to find a bigger fan of Mark Cuban than me. Man, I love that dude. I think he's done a lot for the city. He brought basketball. Mm-hmm. He revitalized. He may have saved basketball here. And I don't understand why he sold it. Because all it did was make him just a little bit richer.
So he said that it was so that he wouldn't have to deal with the potential mess of his kids trying to take it over. And it sounds like his kids had no interest in being involved in basketball in any way. So some of that makes sense.
That makes sense. But Mark Cuban's young.
Right.
I mean, what's he going to do now? I mean, he's a little bit richer. I guess he can get a bigger plane, but my God, he's got like the biggest one. I guess he can get a bigger yacht, but he's got one that's, about the size of a football field. So he got a little bit richer and kind of sold his identity. And now he's, wearing Rachel Maddow.
It shocked the hell out of me, too. And I don't really buy this deal about, my kids didn't want to run it, so I had to sell it.
Man, he's Mr. Maverick, man.
I hear that, and I think there's something else in play here that we don't know about yet, but I have no earthly idea what that would be, and I feel kind of bad even throwing it out there because I like Mark. You know, Mark's always been pretty cool with me, but I don't know, the way things have gone since he sold out, and some of the things he said about it since then don't really quite connect the way they should, and especially the way things have gone since he sold out.
I think
because I really don't know where this thing goes. We had Tim McMahon on the podcast a couple days ago, and he has a book out there about Luka. And I got to talking to him about where the thing goes now. And, man, nobody really knows.
You asked him the question point blank. You said, hey, with as much angst as this fan, what can they do?
Yeah.
And he actually said, I don't know.
How do they go about connecting with the fan base again? How do they go about rebuilding this bridge that has just been blown to hell with the fan base?
I think there's one way. You know, I mean, because Adelsons aren't going to look bad. They're not going to look bad. So somebody.
Well, they're not going to look good either. I mean, no matter what, they look horrible.
Exactly.
Because they're the ones that traded Luka.
But there's one thing that they can do. Is just come out and completely, and when I say completely, I mean completely throw Nico under the bus. Say he operated on his own. He told me things that weren't right. He did this, and he ruined this franchise, and we're going to move forward without Nico Harrison. I mean, they got to show the fan base that they're as pissed off as they are.
That would cover some of the ground that needs to be covered, but still, the Adelsons had the final say.
And I think they've dug that hole so deep, it's just so bad. You know, and immediately, within a week of the trade, they announced, season ticket prices were going up. Just a couple days ago.
That was good. That was a good move.
Right.
How do you amass a fortune of $65 million when you make idiotic moves like that?
Yeah. And just a couple days ago, Rick Welts was on the ESPN national broadcast of the game, and as Klay Thompson's missing a three, he's talking about how they need to get out of the AAC and all that by 2031 and build a new place. And what are they doing?
I don't know. I don't know, but they got all the gold, and they hold the title to the franchise.
Well, I mean,
they hold the title.
When the team is sold, there's going to be a new building. You know that. I mean, that's one of the things that drives something like that. No matter what kind of shape the building they're in right now is in, and from all I can tell, the AAC is not in terrible shape.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it's still got...
It doesn't have a ton of the luxury suites and all that a lot of the new places do, but the bones are strong, all that. It's still, the Stars are doing a great job of investing and all that into upgrades, but the Mavs, I think maybe even before Cuban sold, were kind of always 1 foot out the door, but...
We can't even fix a stadium's bones.
We can't. It's a tough thing.
But you can bet whatever happens... finally, and you write that final chapter, that casinos are going to be involved.
Oh, yeah.
Casinos are going to be involved. Somehow there's a tentacle that's going to reach the casino.
That is a given.
I mean, is it this, group that bought the land out there where Texas Stadium is? I don't know. Are they going to try to do it in downtown Dallas? I don't see that happening because I don't see the Adelsons working with the city of Dallas. I don't see that happening. But I do see them working with Irving.
And if they don't work with Irving, how many other suburbs are out there?
Well, there's one. There's one big one. Mm-hmm. I don't know that they'd go there, but there's one big one that would welcome them and give them whatever they want. Fort Worth.
Mm.
What they're doing in Fort Worth is amazing. And they're also in the casino business. and they're going to open one down there just as soon as the legislature gives them the go-ahead. They're going to start building one down there in the stockyards.
How long is that going to be?
Depends. As soon as the Baptists figure out how they can monetize the gambling and make money on it and have plausible deniability that they're involved in gambling and profiteering off of it, but yet
that's asking for a lot.
Yeah,
that
but
sounds
it's
like
going to
a
happen.
pretty big ask.
It's going to.
I know it's going to happen.
It's all of this is all in committee, and they're just trying to mark it up and get the bill out where they can get it on some referendum.
Yeah.
They got to get it on a referendum where they can get a positive vote, where they can get it on the state one and get it voted in.
Yeah.
It's a race right now, but it's
going to happen.
But the thing is, you're going to have a major casino in Dallas and a major casino in Fort Worth. That's going to happen. Now, who gets it first? I don't know. But the Adelsons are playing a long game right now, and they're using the Mavs franchise to further that. So,
are you a Patrick Dumont fan?
Not really. I don't know anything about him.
I mean, he seems to know the game of basketball like no other.
He does, man.
He doesn't know if you air it up or puts feathers in it.
He's a basketball savant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's going to be known. I don't care how many casinos he builds. In Dallas, he's forever branded as the guy that traded Luka. He's the guy not Nico. Nico had the idea and drew up the deal. But Mr. Governor could have nixed it.
He signed off on it.
Mr. Governor could have done it, could have said, nah, this is an idiotic move, Nico. Go back in your cage. But no, he traded it.
Okay, so what is it then about Luka that could make Nico Harrison or anybody else want to trade the most singular, one-of-a-kind player that is in the NBA right now, maybe the most singular, one-of-a-kind player that we have ever seen in the game of basketball? And when you think about singular, one-of-a-kind players, there are quite a few of them who have come and gone, but Luka Doncic takes the whole thing to a new place, and you've got him. Now, who in his right mind makes that trade?
Someone who doesn't think he's Kobe.
Yeah.
Who can't compare him to Kobe in some way.
Yeah, maybe so.
Well, he's not Kobe.
No,
he might be better.
He's not Kobe. But
he might be better.
But he doesn't have Kobe's Mamba mentality and all that stuff.
One thing about Nico Harrison that I'm absolutely sick of is every time he says something, he works Kobe in there.
He's a Nike guy, man.
But it's so insane and exhausting.
It is. I mean, you could be talking to him about something that doesn't have anything to do with anything really, and he'll figure out a way to work Kobe in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's nuts.
Hey, what do you think about rice workers in Vietnam? Well, Kobe, he went over there and visited them once. That's why the guy
Yeah, Kobe did a lot of good stuff over there for those people.
and those rice farmers over there in Saigon. You know what I think happened, Ryan? I think that when he took the job, have you ever had someone that just for no reason, they just rub you the wrong way, and no matter what they do, you are...
The line forms to the left.
Okay, exactly.
And it is not short.
I think that's what happened with Nico and Luka. I think that Luka just rubs him the wrong way, and that he thinks that he can. And he thinks that he's the smartest guy in the room, and that he's going to show the basketball world how good he is by trading one of the best players in the world and winning it without him. And
what he's shown the world is how to ruin a franchise.
Yeah.
Because they are ruined, man. It's going to take them years to bounce back from this. And I feel sorry for all the players, coaches, staff over there who had nothing to do with this. But they're the ones that are going to pay the price.
You know what's weird about this is that every time I start talking about it, like right now, I start getting angry. I mean, really angry. Because what are the odds that you're going to get back-to-back Dirk and Luka, a franchise? What are the odds on that happening?
Minuscule.
And you had it, and now you don't. And it just, I can understand, I don't believe Maverick fans. As soon as they start winning, they'll be back, which is the way it should.
Sure.
Which is the way it should be.
Sure.
Winning cures all.
Yeah,
It does.
But holy crap,
but
what
my
a
gosh,
what a place
man.
to start from.
Although I think there are some, maybe not a whole lot, but I think there are some out there who, even when they start winning again, even when they get good again, even when Mavericks basketball turns into a thing again, they won't come back. I think they are so off-put by this.
I think there are some like that, Rons. I think there is a certain population of the fan base that won't be back, no matter what. That they invested so much, and it's usually the biggest fans because they've invested so much, emotional baggage in this team, and they're hung, and then they hung with them all these years, and then they won a title, and then you had Mark Cuban misread the market. That's all he did. It's a mistake that he made, but he did make that mistake, and they were on their way back. They weren't going to win the title last year. They weren't going to win that title, but by golly, they were in the finals.
Yeah, they got to the finals,
And now,
but
how far away are they from the NBA finals?
how far away are they from 500?
Better question.
I mean, this thing is spiraling down, and it hasn't hit the ground yet, but it will. It will. Maybe not this year, but it will.
And then that starts the other, conspiracy theories. Well, does he want it to be bad? Or they can move the team? I don't think this is about moving the team. Why would you want to move the team from Dallas, the number 4 media market, to Las Vegas? That doesn't make sense.
I can't imagine them moving the team.
That I never bought into that.
No.
They were going to buy it. Are they going to use the team as leverage? Yes, to the hilt. But they're not going to move the thing. They may move it to Irving.
Yeah, they'll
But
move it
that's
to
not-
Irving.
But that's not moving it.
Or they'll move it to Plano or maybe somewhere else around here that hasn't even popped up yet. But they're not going to Las Vegas. They're not going to I don't know, wherever else teams go.
It's
San Diego or somewhere like that. Seattle.
because it doesn't affect what the Adelsons are all about, whether the team is in Las Vegas or Dallas. It doesn't matter. It's just a line number on a balance sheet for them. That's all the Mavericks are.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just they own a couple corporations over here. They own a couple banks over here. They own a bunch of real estate over here. Oh, yeah, we own that basketball team in Dallas.
Yeah.
That's what they are.
Do you ever wonder what it looks like when an owner owns a team and really doesn't care at all about it? You're about to find out. All right, have we exhausted that?
We might have.
All right, what do you got, Grego?
I was going to say,
who's got something here?
real quick.
I came in here with nothing today because I knew you guys would have stuff.
That's fair enough. We actually did just get a mana old-fashioned
Oh, really?
from here.
That's
at
what this
Hearsay.
is?
Yeah. The problem is they gave 2 to us, and I've got to work later, and Grego's been sober for quite a while. So they're both for you, Shoopy.
Well, even if I was drunk as a dog, I wouldn't drink that.
Oh, come on.
Well, I'm sure it's a great drink. I can't take bitters.
Well, let's see.
yeah.
Let's just see.
A nice old-fashioned. Can you taste the Terramana tequila?
The Terramana tequila is delicious.
Nice.
That took your breath away, and you're trying to fake it right now.
No, it didn't.
That took your
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did.
Shoopy's had an old-fashioned or two.
Yeah, I have.
That was funny just then.
The old-fashioned is not really my bag, but that's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad. In fact,
He went in for another.
Now I've made a bunch of them.
and I don't know if I need that second.
I don't know, Shoopy. Can make the show a lot more fun.
If you get that second, you're going to need an Uber.
I mean, he already got a ride out here.
Yeah, I have a driver.
Yeah.
Then drink up, man.
Yeah, get blasted, Shoopy.
Then drink up.
So I think we got some more that are coming in a little bit.
Oh, we do?
Oh, yeah.
How do you know that?
because I've been talking with people. So pace yourself.
Talking with people.
But you still have, what, 1 3/4 of a old-fashioned right in front of you.
I do.
All you want.
All you want. All right, Grego, what do you got?
I got something goofy here that I want to talk about. You mind doing goofy talk, Ryan?
No, we do goofy.
We're very serious people.
Yeah.
Words that need to be brought back.
Okay.
There's certain words that just they disappear for no reason. And I think it's time they need to come back. And I've got the first candidate. Let's see what you think.
Okay.
I think we need to bring back the word honky.
Oh.
All right, define.
Just a stupid white person. Just a honky.
Man.
That's like the greatest word ever for a white person. A honky. We need that word back. We need honky back. They gave us retard back.
Oh.
Well, they did. They said it's okay now. Don't be jumping on me.
It's good. We don't have a dump button or anything,
All right,
so.
here's the too hot to handle hammer.
Golly.
But you remember how that used to be in the vernacular of everybody, Ryan? Like in the 70s, honky. I mean, Fred Sanford was always calling somebody a honky. And so was George Jefferson. That needs to come back.
All right, those are two very unique characters. I don't know if that word was exactly on the tip of the tongue of most of Middle America.
And it sounds like it was for Grego.
I just think it's a good word, and it's real innocent. Everybody can use it. Nobody gets offended over it. Honky.
And it's a great drop at the least.
The hammer.
So that's the word I would bring back.
Is that the only one?
I wouldn't mind it if people started using whistle britches more.
All right, define that.
Man.
I really don't have a definition for it, Ron. It's just I used to hear old people say it when I was a kid. Whistle britches. Are you looking it up,
I'm
Bruce?
trying.
Oh, yeah, he is. He is. Boy, nobody looks shit up quicker than Shoopy.
Didn't have a choice. I had to type things really, really fast while working for you guys. Trying to find all your silly drops. Sweet.
Whistle britches.
One of the theories was it referred to someone wearing corduroy pants because it makes a funny sound when you walk and your legs rub together.
Now, that's true.
Okay.
That's true.
So do we need to bring back
Sounds a bit
corduroy
like-
pants first and then your favorite term can come back? Whistle britches?
Well, in view of the fact that corduroy pants are whistle britches, and yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Grego,
have corduroy pants gone away?
I don't know. I'm not much of a pants guy.
When I was a kid, I used to love corduroy pants.
I have like one pair of jeans and 3 wind pants, and that's about it. I can only be me.
I love corduroy pants. I mean,
I used to like them when I was a kid. I liked them a lot. They were more comfortable than jeans back then.
but it wasn't real cool to wear corduroys when you were a kid.
I had no problem with it.
Really?
But then I wasn't real cool, so
They do look comfy.
I didn't start getting cool till much later.
I was more into the tough skins in husky size.
What's that? What's Tough Skins?
They were the Sears brand jeans.
Yeah. So those look familiar, Shoopy?
Tough skins.
No, not really. Those don't appear terribly form-fitting, and I like form-fitting.
Got to show off your defined buttocks.
Right.
Well, I don't know where to go from there.
I thought you had something else.
No, not really.
All right, what you got there, Grego?
All kinds of good stuff do I have over here.
That's a good start.
I mean, I've got all kinds of stuff. Speaking of coaches, Dion got paid today. Did you see that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, what are they going to do?
Well, you know what I say to that? Dion is the only college football coach that earns what they pay him. He's worth that to Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's $11 million a year or 10 something a year. He's worth that.
Hey, he single-handedly
Yes, he
made
did.
them matter again. He single-handedly got people paying attention to them when they hadn't for years and years, if ever. So yeah, whatever he gets, he's worth it.
He's like the only one. I mean, because he affects the gate. He absolutely affects the gate. He affects TV ratings. Look how many times they had Colorado on this year. I mean, they're a good team. I mean, they were a good team, exciting. You know,
But they're
had the
still
Heisman Trophy,
Colorado.
but they're still Colorado.
You know,
But
they're not Ohio State or they're not LSU or one of those SEC teams.
So I've got no problem with that with Dion. And, I mean, he's doing it in a different way than anybody else. And I do think one of these days he's going to catch fire, kind of like Calipari did, the one and done. And I think he's going to get a bunch of people in there. He's got. Have you seen that coaching staff he's got? I mean, my God.
I'm sure he's got whoever he wants.
Yes, and they're using this as a stepping stone to get jobs everywhere else. I mean, he's a lot smarter than I thought he was, Dion.
Oh,
Because he
has never been a dummy.
and
If there was ever a guy who completely, totally, 100% understands the game on the field and the game everywhere else, it's him.
all these cornerbacks that signed all these big deals, thank Dion. Because until Dion, remember him making a fit about why ain't you paying us cornerbacks? Why ain't you paying us? We're the ones that shut down everybody. Remember him doing all that?
Yeah.
And everybody laughing at him? Look now.
He get paid now.
He's the guy that made cornerback a glamour position. Until then, it was just, you were a defensive back. You weren't even a cornerback. You were just a defensive back. And, Dion, he revolutionized the position. And, my gosh, you can't argue what he's done at Colorado.
We appear to have an interloper joining us here on Your Dark Companion.
Hi.
A welcome one.
Surprise.
Surprise.
How you doing?
Good.
We're doing good. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. How's that old fashioned you got there?
It's pretty snazzy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
It's our tequila old fashioned.
Yeah?
We have 8, and we're starting you with that one.
Are you responsible for the preparation of this?
I am not. I just am the consumer of that.
Ah,
Yeah.
She's
okay.
responsible for a lot of things here at Hearsay, though. This is
Mostly
Kaylee,
consuming the alcohol.
my girl. I respect it.
Even you got it when you're doing all this.
Okay, so now what's the story about this place?
Oh, we are Arlington's best kept secret, now revealed on your show live. So, yes, this is Arlington's best kept secret. We are fine dining, Prohibition era, upscale dining, and then live entertainment on this side over here, as you can see. And then we also have an outdoor cigar patio.
She's not joking, folks. She is not joking one bit. This place is nice. It's very well appointed. It's very well done. And it has exactly that vibe that the lady described.
Prohibition
Good.
era. It is upscale, opulent, mystique, and it's where your next best story starts. So come on in, have a drink or 2 or 10. We won't tell, and enjoy yourself. Dine, entertain, have a cigar, enjoy live music. It's a
Hearsay.
vibe. It's a whole vibe.
Hearsay.
What
where
type
your
of
next
music?
best story starts.
Whoa.
I like it.
like that?
I'm making a note of that.
Officially endorsed.
What kind
Live.
of music do you
I'll
guys?
be your spokesman.
I like it. You're hired. Yeah, so we have live jazz, upscale pop, rock, a little bit of country mixed in there. We like to mix it up a little bit. On the patio, you'll find more of the country vibe, country rock. But we try to mix it up, bring in different entertainment. We have piano players, solo artists, guitarists. We have saxophonists, some fancy violinists that comes in here.
Oh.
So that's a lot of fun.
That's a little culture there.
Yep. Yeah, we are all about culture. I mean, in Prohibition era, you found a lot of good mix.
Sure.
In that time. All the people who want to just have a good time.
How long has this place been here?
It's been open about 2 years now, and we're just starting to reveal the secret to the rest of the world. So we're excited.
And I'm just now finding out about this. How
I
can
know.
that be,
I know.
Shoopy?
Arlington,
I don't know,
it
Shoopy.
truly has been a secret, the best kept. But
Well,
now
it's
we're-
nice. It's
Yeah.
nice, and we really appreciate you guys having your dark companion out here today.
We're excited to have you all here. Thank you. And it is dark and dim in here, so it's
It
quite
is.
the ambiance for
That's
you guys.
right. It is.
Yeah,
It's a
very
perfect
fitting.
ambiance for us.
Absolutely.
We like this place, don't we, Shoopy?
Damn right we do.
I'm trying to get you to the level of we love this place. So let me bring you a smoked old fashioned.
Whoa.
Braxton, we need a smoked old fashioned over here for these guys because we need to get to the level of love because that's what we have here.
I'll take that one away.
Yeah, we're not going to let him
We're
finish
gonna
each
s-
one.
I mean, I'm okay
I
with
really
stacking
kinda
them
want
up,
that,
but,
though.
you know, we still have like what, another hour or two with y'all.
We got a
so we'll
couple,
keep you
so-
alive and well. Yeah.
And I would love to find out about the aftermath of that if it happened.
We got all night, so
You hear that,
We got
Shoopy?
all night.
Damn
Yes,
right.
We got all night.
we've got all night.
Well, it's nice talking to you.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Dig this place.
It's awesome.
Good.
It
Good.
is.
Come on in, guys.
You should check it out too.
Ooh.
You,
hope you do.
baseball consuming America. You need to drop by tonight if you're headed out to the temple.
Right
Or
across
to
the street.
Well, it is the temple.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right, Grego, you got any more items there?
All kinds of items.
All right, hit us with another one.
I tried to pick stories that I thought you would kind of like, but looking at the sports deal,
Well, you don't
don't like any of them.
You don't have to pick stories that I like because I don't like nothing.
I know. That's why I was having trouble finding out about it. So that's why we're going to talk about one of your favorite things that I remember we used to talk about.
Okay.
The NFL draft. You love the NFL draft, Ryan.
Yes, I like watching it. I have an observer's level interest in it, but
don't you like hearing from other people's mock drafts when they go through their mock draft? Don't you like that?
a draft junkie I am not.
But it is going to be interesting this year because I don't understand what's going on with the Cowboys. Do you? I don't know.
I never understand what's going on with the Cowboys.
But he's just too quiet. I mean, things are they just, going all basket in on Micah and trying to get that deal worked out now before June 1st? Or is this a team they're going to roll with? They're going to get Micah signed and this is it?
I'll bet that they do get him signed. They're not going to let him get away. They'll get him signed. If anybody is important enough to them, they keep him on board. And they will do that here too. But then, as for everything else, how do they address their other many needs? We're going to hear, well, we just couldn't afford it. Just like Derrick Henry last year. Derrick Henry was begging for him to sign him. Derrick Henry lives here in our Fairburg. And he wanted to play where he lives. He wanted them to sign him. So what happens? The Cowboys say, man, you're a great player. We'd like to, but we just can't afford you. So he goes to Baltimore and has the greatest year of his already extraordinary career.
That's just a bad move. And it wasn't like he was asking for $8 million a year. I mean, that's what you pay the clubhouse guys.
And the Cowboys, the Dallas football Cowboys, the most expensive franchise in America, the most valuable franchise in America, in the world, they tell us that they could not afford that. They're going, we'd like to. He's a great player, but we just couldn't afford it, man.
You know, there are two types of general managers in the NFL. The ones that let the
good ones, and then Jerry.
Well, the ones that let the salary cap affect them, and the ones that don't. You know, there was a time where Jerry didn't worry about that salary cap.
No, that's what I'm saying.
He didn't worry about it at all.
That's what I'm saying. If he wanted to go sign a player, he'd sign him.
Because
he'd get it and figure out the rest of it later.
Because by my recollection, I don't think he's ever not gotten a player that he wanted. Can you think of one that he really wanted?
No.
He wanted this player. He gets him.
All right, so why didn't he want Derrick Henry then?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. None of this makes sense. It's almost like the Luka trade. It defies logic. I mean, if Derrick Henry would have come in here and said, "Hey, look, you know, you're paying Zeke $17 million a year. That's what I got to have," then you don't sign him.
No,
but he wanted half that. And Jerry says, use any other word, but not afford. Don't say you can't afford it.
Yeah,
just don't say that. But
there's a way to dress that up. But when you're as rich as he is, and you got the most valuable football franchise, you got a great stadium, you got everything you want, you own sports in this big ass market we're in. Don't tell us you can't afford shit. And you can afford anything you want.
You know, and you could easily, if you wanted to, if Jerry wanted to, and I'm serious about this, he could come out tomorrow and say, you know what, from now on, parking around AT&T Stadium, $500 a parking spot. $500. And people would bitch about it, but you know what else they'd do?
Pay it.
Pay it.
Yeah.
They'd pay it. He could do that. But yet he's going to say he can't afford. I just don't. I think maybe that somebody in the Cowboys scouting department might have said, you know, this guy might be done. Maybe we don't want to waste the money on him. Maybe if we have, you know, Rico, he can get us through it and we can draft somebody.
Okay, well, that's fine. If you do that, then just tell him that we didn't get good scouting reports on Derrick Henry or whatever, and go on about your business.
Yes.
You know?
Exactly. But
don't say you can't afford it.
Not Jerry Jones.
I mean, that's an insult to the fan base.
Just any other word but afford. And he said it over and over.
I know.
It's not like it was a slip. He kept saying it.
No, he knew what he was doing.
And, you know, now, I don't know what shape the Cowboys are in. You know, I mean, you can't judge last year because of, you know, because of Dak. You can't do that.
No.
And, you know, they had other key injuries. You know, and you had an offensive line that was just non-existent last year. So that was just a bust year. But it looks like you're rolling with basically the same thing this year.
Yeah, it does. Now, I am interested in the new coach. I keep waiting for him to say something that I think is stupid or something that I think is that somebody else is putting words in his mouth, or something that I think is not a really good idea, and I don't hear it from him. I'm okay with him so far. I keep waiting for him to stick his foot in his mouth. I keep waiting for him to screw up, and he never does.
He's a wait-and-see guy. We don't know anything about this
guy.
No,
he is a wait-and-see guy, but I'm waiting, but I'm not seeing. You know?
Well, what do you want him to do? Because he may not be.
Like I say, I keep waiting for him to do something that turns me off.
That's not going to turn you off.
Oh, my goodness. Look at this.
Whoa.
Look at this. Oh, my goodness.
Hat's on fire. Oh, we're safe.
All right, how do you do this, Shoopy?
You drink it.
You just pick it up and drink it?
I guess.
That looks like something you drink out of the Addams family.
Don't inhale.
What is that?
All right, I won't inhale.
What is that?
Man. Yeah, we need a little info. A smoked old fashioned.
It's good. It's good, yes.
Oh, that one got you, didn't it?
It did.
The rest of the show is going to be fun. Not like it wasn't before.
You haven't seen nothing yet.
Now, what's that?
Now you love this.
That's called a smoked
old fashioned.
Yes,
old-fashioned.
whereas I liked this place before, now I love this place.
There you go.
This is my hang.
I've never had a
Shoopy's
drink
just so easy. Just takes a couple drinks.
that drink smells like a brisket. Mm-hmm. Smells like barbecue.
You know you like brisket, don't you?
I love brisket. Are you kidding me?
Well, haven't you always wanted to drink brisket?
I probably wouldn't turn it down.
Fair enough.
You know, liquid brisket. Never thought of it, but, you know.
Now you have, and now you want it.
I'm just trying to think what I would have done when I was bartending at Spencer's Palace and somebody rolls up and orders a smoked old-fashioned. I'd say, MF'er, you're getting a bourbon and Coke and getting out of here. Now get out.
That's the hammer.
That's the hammer. All right, real quick, we're going to take just a quick couple-minute break.
We are?
I know. We got to reset a couple things. I was going to make sure and remind everybody that we still have the all-you-can-eat seat tickets for tonight. If you bring in some weird memorabilia, baseball-related, hopefully, you could win 2 tickets to tonight's game in the all-you-can-eat seats. And the paper tickets that you get, signed by me, Hammer, and Shoopy. That's pretty good.
All right, there you go.
And if you
want to go to tonight's game, that's how you do it.
And if you can bring the original Texas-shaped scoreboard up here as memorabilia, Rhynes will go camping in your backyard.
Weird.
Oh, God, I hated that thing.
Oh.
What, the Texas scoreboard?
Yes.
You hated that?
Yes.
Oh,
What?
man, I wish
So
they'd bring
awful.
that back.
That was so tacky. That was so non-baseball. All right, we're going away for a minute.
We're going away for a minute, and I'm actually going to go away, but we are going to have a special guest join us for the rest of the show, and he's an actual radio professional, unlike me.
And we are back after that little slight intermission, slight interruption, if you will. We are here at Hearsay, which is located inside Choctaw Stadium, formerly known as the Temple, right across from Globe Life Field. And this is where they play soccer, they play football. Of course, once they played the great game of baseball here. And that's what drew us out here back in the day. But that was then. This is now. We play baseball across the way there. We play on. We move on. That's it. This is your Dark Companion. I am Mike Rhyner, and Grego is here with us. We've had a slight change in the cast. Shoopy had to abandon us like he always does. He got mad and left, the way he always will. But look who is here now. Aww. It is our pal that we've had twice on the podcast. And we will have him again because I like this guy.
Anytime.
He has always got something. The great Pugs Moran. You heard him on the Pugs and Kelly show back in the day. And where can you be consumed now?
Every day at noon, talk radio for normal people, as I call it. Current events, lifestyle talk.
Ain't nothing normal about you.
Pugs and Company on YouTube, Facebook. We're an everyday live talk radio show available on YouTube and Facebook. Pugs and Company.
All right. We'll deal with you a little bit more
I
in a
know,
minute.
I want Mr. Mayor.
But now, there is somebody else up here with us. Down to our left, we say hello to the mayor of Arlington, a man who holds a high position of power, a true political presence, the Honorable Jim Ross.
Be careful what you call me, okay?
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Y'all doing all right?
We are. Thank you for being here with us today.
Happy to be here. Yeah, it's my place. I got to be here.
Yep, it is your place. You do have to be here.
That's right.
So how are things in Arlington these days? Is everything going on the way they should, or
Brother,
are you running into any static or blowback or anything?
I always run into static and blowback, but if I didn't I wouldn't be doing my job.
No, you wouldn't.
So everything's good. You know, we opened our Medal of Honor Museum here this last week. We had opening day yesterday. We didn't quite get that win out like we wanted to, but, you know, one game. One game.
That's one thing that we know about. We've been to a few opening days out this way before. Sometimes they go your way, sometimes they don't. But you know what? You got game 2 coming right up.
We got game 2 coming up. We got opening day with the Renegades coming tomorrow.
Okay. So you got all kinds of things happening out here.
All kinds of stuff. Good stuff.
What is the transition from what this place used to be to what it is now been like?
This used to be the old. You talking about this place we're in now?
No, I'm talking about the ballpark.
The ballpark.
The ballpark.
So
as we knew it to what it is now.
So we were determined that we're going to keep this old ballpark alive. The exterior facade is gorgeous here. We don't want to take this thing down. So we are in the process of repurposing the ballpark. You'll see Lucchese Boots is getting ready to open up here on the west side, along with El Tiempo's open. There's a Starbucks there. This place is there. We have offices over on the southeast corner with Spark. And we have the Arlington Renegades and the UFL that plays here. Mm-hmm. We have North Texas Soccer that plays here. So we're continuing to find people and reasons to keep this place alive.
I love that you did that because the thought,
I do too.
The thought of tearing this thing down was just so sad to me. That it was going to happen. But then, you know, I guess had some short thinking. I'm thinking, well, there's no way they can keep 2 stadiums. But it seems like that Arlington, as they have forever, always finds a way to make things work.
We're going to make it work. We call ourselves the Can-Do City. So here we're going to do it.
Well, I remember there was a time that, you know, getting a GM plant in Arlington, Texas, that was a pipe dream. And ever since then, it's been the same thing. And the thought of tearing this thing down, that would have been one of the saddest sights I've ever seen, just tearing it down. But you guys have done a magnificent job, and like you said, repurposing the place.
Yeah.
And you know, that is what goes on in other cities.
Yeah.
You know, other cities build new ballparks, they tear the old one down.
That's exactly right.
And I'm telling you right now, this is a great place to watch a concert.
Oh, it's
I've
phenomenal.
been to a couple concerts here.
It's phenomenal.
Great.
It's phenomenal. And we're not done yet. So just, you know, hold on and watch what happens here in the ballpark.
Well, what else are you going to do, Mayor?
Well, I can't tell you.
Yes, you
now.
can.
That was a teaser.
Hey, look, this is a podcast.
That was a teaser.
This is not radio. This is not TV. This is a little podcast.
Oh, yeah. Ain't nobody
This is
listening
Little
to
Your
your
Dark
damn
Companion.
podcast. I know, yeah. It's safe to say we always have some irons in the fire here. So you could tell everything's happening around here with the Medal of Honor Museum opening up. New convention center, the Lowe's hotels. Lowe's is building another hotel, I can tell you that. We're about to take down the Sheraton this year and put a brand new Lowe's hotel, 550 rooms over there next to the Arlington Museum of Art. It's going to be gorgeous.
Well, they always said that, you know, that this could be, I never believed it. I never believed that Arlington with a baseball team could be a destination place. I always thought it was going to be commuter. You drive in for the game, you drive out. But, boy, I was wrong on that. I mean, what you've done here, I mean, people are actually, you know, when I came in earlier, because I went to the museum today, the Medal of Honor Museum, and there were people already here for the game tonight.
Yeah.
You're just kind of hanging around the shops and everything.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd see that.
It's unbelievable. But I'll tell you, it all started from the old boy mayor, Tommy Vandergriff. No mayor that's been here since then, myself included, can hold a candle to that man. He's the one that brought GM here, Six Flags here, the Rangers here. He went to Washington, D.C. and took some team from Washington, D.C. called the Senators and brought them here 53 years ago, and they've been here ever since.
We love that guy, man. We had him on our show several times.
We did.
There is no
great.
Was no better mayor, is no better mayor than Tommy Vandergriff.
But, you know, you have a guy like that, and he does what he does and does all these great things. And then a lot of the time, the guys who succeed him don't really follow up. And you have. And probably those who might have come between you and him have too.
Yeah.
You guys have just kept that train going, man.
We got to keep it going. And I do it for his legacy, for what he started here. He was a visionary before his time, and I'm just proud to be able to serve for a few years here and do the best we can. So we got a lot of fun things happening here.
So you were Arlington cop. You were a Marine.
I was a Marine.
Number one. And then you became an attorney.
Yeah.
And then you became a restaurateur. Why the hell would you want to be mayor?
Yeah.
Why the heck would you want to get in that rat race?
There's a weird story. So went from a Marine to a cop to a trial lawyer to a restaurateur to mayor. But we had COVID happen here. I have a son that's 35 years old, and my son has cerebral palsy. He's short and crooked. And he told me throughout his life, Dad, I'm going to be an actor. And I would say, son, listen, let's work on plan B, because being an actor is a tough job for able-bodied people. But you're short and crooked. How are you going to do this? Well, I'll be damned during COVID if he didn't audition on Zoom for a role that was going to be on a streaming show. That role is now one of the main characters on one of the most popular shows on TV that's been picked up by Netflix and Paramount and everybody else, called The Chosen, about the life of Christ.
Yep.
He signed a 7-year deal with Netflix that has set him for life. And it opened the door for him to be on every episode of 1883 and Black Panther 2 and everything else like that. But he didn't get the confidence from his old man. He didn't get the courage from his old man. He didn't get that drive from me, because I was the one telling him, you need to work on plan B. He got it from the community here. He went to Theater Arlington, and they gave him the confidence.
Oh, that's a good point.
He went to the Creative Arts Theater, and they gave him the confidence. Yeah. He did Casa Mañana, and they gave him the confidence. He went to Lamar High School here in Arlington, and they gave him the confidence. So it wasn't me that did it. It was this community that did it. And when I had to shut my restaurant down during COVID, it was this community that came back and said, we got you. I have a fine dining restaurant 9 floors up. I couldn't do curbside service. This community rallies behind you and says, we got you. So when they do what they did for my son, when they do what they did for my businesses, it seems only natural that I give a little bit something back. And that's why I decided during COVID that I'm going to turn and run for this.
Mr. Mayor, I have a question for you. I'm fascinated with projections and demographics here in North Texas, and I'm sure you've seen the 2050 projections that say, maybe overly optimistic, but North Texas could grow to be the largest metropolitan area in the entire United States. And with Dallas and Fort Worth and what we see coming out of Frisco and certainly Arlington, where do you see Arlington's role in that foot race?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting, because I think what you're going to see here in the next 5 or 10 years is the DFWA Metroplex. Did you get that?
Got
DFWA.
it. I see what you did there. Yeah.
The DFWA Metroplex is going to surpass Chicago as the 3rd largest metropolitan area in the United States. L.A. and New York will still be larger than that, and you're going to have to go some to beat New York. I don't ever see that happening. But the growth of North Texas is really coming mainly, it's going some north of Dallas as well, but mainly that growth is coming into Tarrant and Parker County, to the west of the Metroplex. We're landlocked, Arlington is. Mm-hmm. People don't realize Arlington is bigger than Pittsburgh, St. Louis, New Orleans, Tampa. We're bigger than all of those other large metropolitan cities.
By land.
By population. Arlington has over 400,000 people in it. And we're bigger than all of those other cities, population and land-wise. So we're sort of landlocked where we are. we're going to have a growth. We'll probably get close to 500,000, but we're not going to get much bigger than that. But where we are is in the heart of the Metroplex. We're 15 minutes from the DFW airport that no other city can claim, no other big city can claim that they're that close. We're right here in the heart of everything. And if you're looking at North Texas, as a lot of businesses are, and you're looking at building and growing and bringing your business here, you're going to be looking to this area because this is exactly where you want to be. You want to be close to the airport. You want to be where all the action is. You want to be able to get to all the fun, all the shopping, all the restaurants. You want to get to all of that. And we got a lot going on right here. So we're excited about it. You know, we bring more people to Arlington than Dallas and Fort Worth combined for tourism. That's a lot of people. Nearly 19 million people a year come to Arlington for tourism. And think about all the concerts, all the Six Flags, Hurricane Harbor, football, baseball, women's basketball, you name it, it's all here.
What is the number one thing, and that's quite a list right there. What is the number one thing that you use as a selling point for Arlington when you're trying to attract a new business?
Yeah, so
the number one thing, I mean, is it the cost of living? Is it the no state income tax?
So in my mind, there's a very simple formula for attracting good business here. They look for three things. They want to make sure the community is safe, and our community is one of the safest ones around. You're going to see a decrease in crime overall, about 17-18%, a decrease in violent crime by 27% year after year. I mean, we're cutting this stuff tremendously. They're going to look and want to make sure that your schools are good so their employees can send their kids to good schools. And here I started what's called the Mayor's Education Coalition, where for the first time in the state's history, we brought together private schools with public schools, with charter schools, with homeschooling. We put everybody together and say, let's stop this competing with each other. Let's start working together to come up with good reasons to do good things for our kids. But the third thing, and one of the most important things, is businesses want to know how your community treats each other. And in Arlington, we are the most diverse community in the entire state of Texas. We're the fourth most diverse community in the country. And that diversity is a huge sense of strength for us. It brings people together more than driving them apart. Because we have the residents that we don't care what you look like, who you worship, who you love, what's going on. All we care about is how you treat each other. And when businesses see a community that really understands that relationships matter, you can't keep them away.
How do you foster that, though? How do you do that? How do you go out and get people to be neighborly? Because, quite frankly, society seems to be going the other way.
Yeah, it does. But here's what I'll tell you. Back in the 60s, Dr. Martin Luther King told us that the only thing strong enough to overcome hate is love. That's the only thing strong enough. Hate doesn't beat hate. So what we tell people is simply this. If you go, let me give you an example. I've had the opportunity to meet all these living Medal of Honor recipients here. And you ask these recipients, what caused you to do the heroic feats that you did? What caused you to have courage or tenacity or strength? What caused you to fight the battles that you fought and to get through what you got through? They will all tell you the same damn thing.
They don't know.
No. They'll say it's love. Love of the people they served with, love of their family, love of their God, love of everything. So the way I look at this is love. I'm a former Marine. I'm a cop. I've taught martial arts forever. I'm 225 pounds, and people think, I'm very comfortable with saying, I love you, brother. I'm okay with that. I'm a 64-year-old white heterosexual Christian man. I don't know what it's like to be black, to be a woman, to be gay, to be Muslim, to be any of these things. So I created advisory councils so I could sit down monthly with Muslims and blacks and Latinos and LGBTQ and say, what can I do to help your part of the community? And when you do that, they go, holy crap, someone's actually listening and they want to do something. And you start to see a shift in how they deal with others as a result of that. So that's one of the things that we do to help foster those type of relationships is we'll do a Hispanic Heritage Month celebration out at the Levitt Pavilion. We'll do a Juneteenth celebration, an Asian Heritage Month celebration. We'll do all of that. And when we bring people together, a good example, we did an Asian Heritage Month. And a young 10-year-old black boy comes up to me and he goes, Mayor, look what I got. And he holds a little cup out that has marshmallows, it has crackers, jelly beans, and stuff like that. And I looked at it and I said, well, that's cool. I said, but how did you get those? He goes, I picked all these up with chopsticks. Want to see? And I said, yeah, let me see. And he dumps them out and he takes out a pair of chopsticks because he just learned how to use them. And he started picking up these things. Where does a little kid like that get that type of cultural experience if you don't create an environment that allows it? Those things make a difference. And if people don't think they do, then they can kiss my ass.
All right.
And I still love them, but they can still kiss my ass. Can I say that on your podcast?
Oh, yeah. Anything goes here.
Especially if you're a mayor, you can say
Yeah.
that.
All right.
So everybody, all politicians wish they had a magic wand for just one item that they just can't seem to get under control. What's your magic wand item? What's one thing that is bothering you about this city that you wish you could wave your magic wand and make it disappear?
One thing bothering me about the city, I'm comfortable with where our city is. There's something that bothers me about politicians, and that's
the fact they're breathing?
Yeah, that's one of the things. I wish politicians, whether it's on a local, state, or federal level, would just shut the hell up and do their job and stop complaining about it's the other side that's causing all the problems. There's all this finger pointing and the excuses. It's the Republicans. It's the Democrats. It's this. That's why I won't call myself any particular party.
Yeah, you are not. You won under nonpartisan.
I won nonpartisan, and I won't call myself any particular party because I think the vast majority of us live between the 20-yard lines. And the problem we have in this country is we let those fringes in the red zone run stuff. And we don't need to be letting them run stuff. We need to get back to where the rest of us, that we are within arm's reach of each other, can control things.
The vast majority is neither fish nor fowl.
I wish more
That's
people
right.
felt
That's
like
right.
that. Because right now, I'd rather be a member of the Donner Party than the Republican or the Democrat.
I won't call myself either one, and I think we're all tired of the crap. We're tired of it. Do your damn job. That's all we're asking. Y'all do your job when you go to work. Politicians need to do their job instead of blaming everybody else for it.
You ever get any blowback by being, neither fish nor fowl like that?
Oh, all the time. The far right says I'm liberal as hell. The far left says I'm conservative as hell. I get it all the time. I don't really care. I'm never going to do anything other than be a mayor, and then I'll go back to playing with my grandkids and running my businesses and trying cases again with my daughter and stuff. I'll go back to making money like I used to. I don't make any money being a mayor now. I'll go back to
almost told on yourself there.
I don't know, like I used to.
It's almost as if being pragmatic is just a dirty word these days.
It is.
You can't be pragmatic.
And you can't use the C word, and the C word is compromise. And that's one of the big problems that you have with politicians is they feel like you can't come to a compromise. Back in the day, some of us are old enough to remember Ronald Reagan and Tip O'Neill having a disagreement, and they'll go behind closed doors drink a scotch and come out with a compromise and move the country forward.
You know, the thing that bothers me about politics more than anything is the performance of it. You know, I keep going back to and I remember watching this as a kid, a scene in The Godfather 2, where they had the senator in there with Michael Corleone.
Yeah.
And boy, he was talking about the Corleone family, how great they were, and everything was wonderful. And they got in there in that office and shut the door. And he said, "You are a scumbag," and just unloaded on it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not really how it happens, but it is.
It is.
And then he goes right out and says, "Oh, yeah," you know, just smiling. I'm like, it doesn't happen like that, but it does.
It does.
And on a regular basis. And I really feel like that I don't know if we're there yet, but I think we're getting to a tipping point where people are just tired of it.
We're tired of it.
Just tired of it and say, you know what? If you want to go over there and you want to, get a 9-panel, together on some cable news show and argue about something, go ahead. But we're gonna solve problems over here.
Yeah.
Just the performative of it.
Yeah. It's sickening.
It's clear that you're running a can-do city here.
Yeah, we try.
Yep.
We try. We're not perfect, but we try.
You succeed.
Yeah.
Hey, one thing I was wondering, what about your Escalades here and the new tariffs?
Oh, jeez, man, why you want to make my blood pressure go up? So I was on. I'm not gonna give the radio. It was a national radio show this morning, and I don't know how many emails as a result of it. But here's the reality. I wish we could snap our fingers and everything be made in the United States, but it ain't gonna happen. You want to implement tariffs and cost people $10,000, $12,000, $15,000 more per vehicle because of tariffs. It's going to take 10 to 20 years before you're able to transition everything to be made in America because it's not happening. Auto parts are put together in other countries. Then they're shipped here. Some of them are put together further here and shipped back to be assembled further.
That's so ridiculous.
We're talking tariffs being paid coming and going from both places. And the tariffs, let me tell you, tariffs aren't paid by China or Mexico or Canada or the United States or whoever. The tariffs are paid by you and I. We are the ones who pay for the damn tariffs.
Right.
They're not taking the loss. They're passing it on to us.
They're passing it on. You and I will be paying. So look at the Texas, and it's not just tariffs. Immigration is a big issue. I think everybody can agree immigration has been screwed up for decades. Neither Republicans nor Democrats have ever fixed immigration. Let's be honest, they haven't. But now what's happening with just rounding everybody up is 65% of the workforce here in Texas for construction workers are immigrants. And now half of that workforce doesn't show up to work. So when they don't show up for work, what happens to that project? It's delayed. What happens when you delay a project? The cost of the project increases. And it's just a ripple effect that one thing happens to another after another after another. So whether it's tariffs, whether it's immigration, whether it's DEI stuff, let me tell you what happened the week before we opened the Medal of Honor Museum. The Department of Defense removed Medal of Honor recipients of color from the Department of Defense website because of DEI crap. Now, I'm a Marine. That pisses me the hell off. When I was in the Marine Corps, I did not care if the man standing next to me was black or Hispanic or Asian or gay or straight. I don't care. What I cared about was, did he have my back the way I had his back? And when you have to go through so many hoops to get a Medal of Honor award. These are not DEI hoops. One of the gentlemen whose name was removed from the Department of Defense website received his award in 1942, long before any of the DEI crap came along. How do you do that? How do you treat that? When we opened the Medal of Honor Museum, do you know how many military leaders were here? 0. Do you know how many cabinet members were here? 0. Do you know whether or not the vice president came? No.
Well, why is that?
Do you know where the president was? He was at a damn wrestling match.
What reason did
Indiana,
they give for
really?
this?
They didn't give any reason. They just didn't come. These are the men and women who had the highest award in military history. Only 3,500 men and women since the service, since the Civil War, received the Medal of Honor. Only 61 are living, and about 40 of them were here Saturday night. Not one damn leader in the military, not one cabinet member, not the Secretary of the Department of Defense. Nobody showed up for those men that were here Saturday night.
Proving once again they talk a great game.
That's right. The only one that came was President Bush. George W. Bush was here.
And it's kind of convenient.
It's kind of convenient.
but it speaks great.
I would argue that President Bush would have came if it was in Alaska.
Of course.
Because he has some character.
He's that kind of guy.
That's right.
Mr. Mayor, thank you very much. This has been wonderful.
Thank y'all.
Listening to you and what you have to say. And
Hear a lot of good things about you.
I'm right there with you on most of it.
Well, I appreciate it. And you're going to get with me on the rest of it because I ain't going to let you leave here until you agree with me on everything because that's what real politicians do.
That is what real politicians do. He is the mayor of Arlington, the great Jim Ross, with us here on Your Dark Companion.
And all that, and you got a great joint here, you know?
That's pretty good.
You got a great little lounge.
You got to keep your shoes on and everything in here. We're that fancy.
Yeah,
you know?
That's right. You do have to keep your shoes on.
All right,
Thanks,
guys.
Mayor.
Thank you,
Appreciate
sir. There he is, Jim Ross, the mayor of Arlington. All right, let's see, Grego, what do you want to do? You got more items up here?
Talk about the mayor.
Oh, take a little break?
Oh, we got to take a break.
Okay, all right, let's take a little break. You're listening to the Your Dark Companion podcast. We're out here at Hearsay in Arlington, part of Choctaw Stadium, hard by Globe Life Field. Wherever you go to watch baseball, you need to come in here, stop by Hearsay, and check it out. We'll be right back. I would be Mike Rhyner. Grego is here. We got Pugs with us here as well. How you been, man?
I am great, Mike. Thank you so much. By the way, you said you weren't a Manhattan drinker.
No, not really.
Or an old-fashioned drinker. That's what it was, right?
Not really.
What was the first one? Because this is the smoked old-fashioned, right?
Yeah.
This is delicious. Let me tell you, Manhattan or old. Why do I keep saying that? Because of the first one. The old fashioned is sort of the official drink of the state of Wisconsin, and I've spent all my summers in the state of Wisconsin. So this is I love the smoky. I've never had that before. That's like a whole new thing.
It's like they stuffed a brisket in
Cheers, brother. We'll make this the official drink of Your Dark Companion, at least for tonight.
Sure, why not? No, it's really good. It's really good.
It is good.
This entire place, man. What? What are you telling me? This place, you know what it reminds me of? There's a place in Chicago called Gibson's, and it's just sort of the same kind of speakeasy vibe, where it's like all. This is incredible. Look at how beautiful this place is.
It does have a vibe. It does have a vibe.
It's
for
very
sure.
loungy.
Extremely loungy. All right, we got a couple of other things that we need to dispense with here. To wit, we have a couple tickets to tonight's game.
I need somebody to show up at Hearsay right now. I need somebody to show up right now.
If you want them, they're yours. Just come in here and tell us you want them.
Now, are you going to go with that? Just saying you want them?
Yeah, I am.
Because Becca says they got to bring something. I was thinking they have to show up in scuba gear.
I don't want to make this difficult for them. I want to give them away. Okay. So you just show up, tell us that you want them, and they are yours. And by the way, these are signed by all of us there. So you got that.
And you can get your eat on.
Yeah, you can.
You can get your eat on because it's all you can eat. I mean, Pugs, you can get there and eat nothing but ice cream.
Man, that's pretty good.
Just nothing but ice cream.
Have you ever had that experience there at the ballpark before? Because of the spread. We are not talking about a chintzy spread either.
No, I've never had.
Oh my God!
I've never had the bottomless food.
Oh, the whole. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Also, we got tickets to your Dark Companion's first ever music roundtable. This will come down at the Kessler Theater in Oak Cliff, April 21st at high noon, it appears. And if you want these, just come in and tell us you want a couple. We got them for you. They are yours. Just show up, tell us you want the music roundtable tickets, and we're going to be discussing music with a few of the notables in that music community, such as Jeff Lyles, Jeff K, the very well-known Jeff K, and what? Jesse Hawila, the Channel 8 weather guy, not known particularly as being a music guy until you get to know him.
He was in Guns N' Roses.
And then you see that, yes, he is a big music guy. And anyway, even if he's not a music guy, he's always a great hang, so what the hell? So if you want those, just come in here and tell us you want them, and they are yours, man. We got like 3 pair to give away here.
And all they have to do is ask.
All you got to do is ask.
They don't have to give us a secret ranger or anything?
No, just show up.
Ranger?
No secret ranger, no nothing. Just show up here at Hearsay and tell us you want the tickets, and the tickets will be yours.
I can't think of an easier way to win a contest, where you walk into a place and say, I want to win. And you do.
Yeah.
That's pretty easy.
That's right. Hey, we're a little your dark companion. You know, we're not, I don't know, whatever big podcast may be out there. We're starting from scratch, man. We're a little your dark companion, and we're making it easy for you. That's what we do around here. Now, we got Pugs up here with us.
Yes, sir.
Pugs, a 2-time guest on your Dark Companion.
Oh, it's so flattering.
And there will be more. There will be more.
Hey, man, I don't live very far, about 5 minutes from you. I could be the fill-in guy. Whenever anybody doesn't show, you call me. I can be there as, what's this? Hold on. Fat guy I'm being distracted by food. Yeah, this is difficult for me.
It is hard not to be distracted by food.
My God, everything at this place here says amazing.
Yes, it is. It is, man. This is just an incredible hang.
So I wanted to ask Grego. He had brought up earlier. He was talking about, we got into the subject of jeans, which I got to tell you, as a fat kid,
husky,
the husky brother,
gotta have the husky.
Got tough skins, huskies. But here's the thing that I wanted to.
You want to bring back my word?
No, I want to ask it. Well, I do. I actually have a comment on that as well. I got a suggestion for you that we can bring back. But Greg, Mike, this would have been your peak years. What was your designer jean of choice? Were you a Jordache, man? A Sassoon? A Bonjour? Calvin Klein?
I went through...
We all did.
I went through a period of Jordache,
all right.
Calvin Klein. By the way, this is the kind of thing only you would come up with.
Well,
I went through a period of those things for a while. If I had something that was particularly go-to, it was probably those things, Calvin Klein or Jordache.
Nah.
But here's the thing. I never really understood exactly what it was that made those jeans different from anything else.
About the ass.
It's the ass?
100%. It's about the ass. If you got a good ass, those jeans are built for it. Whereas like Levi's and all that, and Wranglers of the day, they were just flat, just like that. But if you were a girl or, an athletic young man, if your ass was good, those jeans told the world loud and proud.
Well,
That's why they took off.
I did have a good ass. There wasn't much good about me, but I did have a good ass back in the day.
My choice, I usually wore Gloria Vanderbilt's.
All right. Well, very fancy.
Now, why was that?
They were just real hard to find in my size, since most of them were women's.
No, they had male Gloria Vanderbilts.
I was a Wrangler guy, and I'll tell you why.
You never come on 19. I've heard stories about you working at Billy Bob's back in the day.
Okay,
you weren't rocking some Jordache and
no.
No, he wouldn't have done that there.
Really? Okay,
I don't think I ever owned a pair of Jordache or Calvin Klein. I don't think I did.
Really? Okay.
I was a Wrangler guy, and see, I had such a weird body because I had big thighs that it was hard for me to find pants that fit. So Wranglers, because they're always big in the thigh. So I always wore those. But then I found another brand that I bought till they went out of business. You remember Bugle Boy?
Yeah.
Bugle Boy.
Of course.
So those fit me.
Do you know what I was?
I based everything on how it fit me.
Let me drop. Yes, let me drop this on you because I also had kind of an off-brand gene of choice, Greg just mentioned Bugle Boy. I was a Lee jean guy.
Nothing wrong with Lees.
I like Lee jeans.
Except they were thin. They were slim-fitting Lees. And I was always too fat
they didn't help
to wear
with
them.
me. Yeah.
I was always too fat to wear Lees.
Okay. All right. I don't know. I liked Lee jeans.
Did you ever have, I guarantee you, Ron, you had a pair of Levi's with the giant bells. Did you?
No, not really. Not really. I was never a big Lee or Levi's guy.
Really?
Yeah.
You weren't Levi's?
No, for a long time I didn't wear jeans much at all.
Well, what did you wear? When I first met you, that's all you wore.
Well, yeah, now for sure. But back then, I would wear. I wore a lot of corduroy pants.
Again, the corduroy comes up.
Yeah, it's a big day for corduroy here on Your Dark Companion.
I mean,
shout out to corduroy. We love you, man.
I mean, like when you were in bands and you had to have stage cock. Did you ever wear parachute pants or anything like that?
No, not like that. Nothing like that.
I'm just enough younger than you guys to have been right there at peak breakdancing days. I went to school one day, fat kid, head to toe, and nothing but like parachute clothing, top, bottom, windbreak, everything. Oh yeah. I was trying to fit in. Didn't work out well for me, but me, South Side of Chicago.
You tried.
South Side of Chicago, me, high school, 1986.
Good effort.
Trying to fit in. Just try it.
So what'd you wear?
Like I said, Wranglers. You know, when I was in high school, that's all I wore was Wranglers because I wore boots all the time. And I like I said, it was all about fit, and Levi's never fit me right, and that always pissed me off because I wanted to wear Levi's, but they were so uncomfortable.
Can I ask you again a follow-up because I've been sitting patiently listening to the conversation between you two. Grego brought up words that he wanted to bring back, words that, maybe are, I don't want to say banned outright, but things we shouldn't say because of offending people. What was the one you want to bring? Honky back? I believe that's one. Honky and what was the other one?
Whistle britches.
Whistle britches. Okay. All right. So this isn't necessarily a word that I want to bring back, but it is a word that I want to talk about with you guys because I don't understand why it is so verboten here.
Okay.
The C word. Do you watch any British TV? They use the C word every other word in England, and it is so funny, it is so well done, and nobody gets offended.
All right, which C word are we talking about?
See you next Tuesday. How's that one? That word in England, that word is like ass. But for some reason here we can't say it.
Well, it ain't that way here.
But I want to say it here. It's a fun word.
Well, let me tell you, Pud. Let me tell you the deal on it.
Isn't that a fun word? It's a fun word.
Let me tell you the deal on that word.
Yeah. See, we do it with an Irish accent. It's great.
When you call a girl that, you win the argument. You've won it. But
get out.
Hold on. But it's a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, what have you won exactly?
It's mutually assured destruction. Now, if you're arguing and she's calling you this, that, and then you drop the C word in, you won the argument.
See, but
because she's going to go nuts and she's going to twist off. But you've dropped a nuclear bomb. You
but
can't.
That's only
she will
American
never have anything
girls.
to do with you again.
Exactly. I mean,
But that's only American girls that react that way to that word. I think we need a consensus of American girls to tell us it's okay to have fun with that word.
You're never going to get that from women. They hate that word worse than anything. I don't know, but
you're never going to get it from me either. I don't use that word.
I don't either.
Fun.
I swear.
Oh, you guys are cowards.
I don't use that word.
I don't use that word.
I'm good with
Now I tell
Well,
Hall pass.
I'm not good with it.
Got
Now,
a C-word hall pass.
now I can't tell you how many times I've typed it out on X and deleted it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've typed that. Oh, well, you. Oh, I better
know.
not.
All right, so I got one more for you. All right, now this one
But
might be...
you're not going to get that. Women will never give in to that.
Well, I don't know.
Blacks will give in to the N word before women will give in to the C word. They will.
They're holding strong, going to die on that
They
hill.
will. I'm
right.
telling you. But every guy possesses that power. But you better use it. Whew.
So let me ask one more of you. Okay, another word that I like. And I come from the 80s, and I don't say this word anymore. However, I hear it every day. So I run an art gallery in the design district. Many of the people that I interact with every day and my very close friends are homosexuals. The word that they use to describe each other is a word that I used to use on the playgrounds every day in the 1980s and
The F
haven't
word.
said the F word.
Oh, yeah.
That is such a fun word, and it's not
All right, the short F word.
either. Oh, the big one with the is fun to say with the double G and then the
Yeah.
hard T at the end. That's when you're angry. That's a good one. But just the short one, it's so utilitarian. You
It's
can
one
just
of-
use it for so many things.
It's one of those rules. It's like black people in the N word.
But let me ask
They
you this.
can use it, but so if you're gay, you can call somebody else the F word.
But when you were 10 and you were calling, stop being up, or look at that, F, the way we used it as kids, were you ever considering one's sexual orientation? I mean, I was just calling somebody a jerk or an idiot or whatever. I didn't know that it meant anything, so I wasn't using it to marginalize or somehow. And that's the other thing about it. Aren't gay dudes pretty powerful? I mean, all the millionaires I know are like gay dudes, so it's not quite the same thing like we're punching down at an oppressed group. I want the word back. I hear it every day. It's a fun word.
I don't think you're going to get that one back, Pudge. I don't think you're going to get that one back.
Can't have anything I want.
Because the gay community, they like that. They've got their own
so
little
they like
word
it that it's
they
their
can
word.
They can use
It's
it.
theirs.
And
It's not ours. It's theirs.
Nobody else can.
Okay.
And
I'm an ally. Can I use it? I want to use it.
And you can sit there and be the only straight guy and hear a group of gay guys call each other that, and you say it one time, complete silence.
Yeah, I guess maybe if I'm applying it, because I don't have a problem with the N word. I'm good never saying that, right? And I understand that, a certain community can use it at will, but I don't ever need to. So maybe I need to adopt that mentality.
That's why I need to come on here and give everybody you have white people's permission to use honky.
Yeah, there we go. Well timed.
Boy, that was well timed.
Boy, that was. I can't believe I just said that. Huh?
What?
I'm not sure. Mickey, you're gonna have to come on, and you're gonna have to come on.
Talk really loud. How about come up with another word?
Come up with another word.
Maybe baseball.
Or hey, how about the Rangers?
There we go.
Oh, there we
Did you
go.
like that game last night?
Hey, hey.
How about that right there?
When it's about to start,
And we're like,
decided to who's pitching, how it's going down tonight.
Who is pitching?
We're leading up.
Yeah, Mike, last night I was, Mike, you were on Twitter and you were talking about how there was no shame in losing to Garrett Crochet yesterday. And
No, there's not.
There's not.
A lot of
There's
people
not.
do not know who he is, but as a White Sox fan who have watched this kid since he was drafted at 18 years old, I can tell you the crotch rocket is legitimate.
and they tried to ruin him in Chicago by rushing him to the major leagues.
Well, Tommy John kind of, here's the thing, Greg.
That was the year after, right?
Well, it was La Russa's first year that La Russa brought him up because La Russa thought he was such an intimidating force at 6'7", 18 years old, and throwing consistently about 103. I mean, that was consistent. So he was rushed, and he never played in the minor leagues.
No.
He debuted with the Chicago White Sox in the bullpen.
But he was a collegiate. He went to Tennessee, right?
Yeah. He played 4 years in college, and he was dominant for us. And we thought, this was the La Russa year where the White Sox looked like they were going to do something. Jose had just come off the MVP season and all of that, so we were excited. And he blew his arm out, Tommy John. And that was it. Went away for 18 months, came back to us, had lost all the velocity, but now he's a pitcher.
But
Now
you guys
he knows how to-
got some good prospects out of that deal, though. Yeah, I mean, I know.
Yeah, but the
I know you don't want to hear
prospects.
prospects, but you know.
Whatever. I'm happy for him. Crochet is a really. I'm a fan. I'm a fan, and I root for him. And he's a good kid, and he came through a real bad arm situation. And what he did was he went, okay, so I can no longer be Pedro. I can no longer be Nolan Ryan at his peak. He goes, but what I can do at 20 years old is teach myself how to pitch.
Yeah. Well,
now look at him.
I was just advising Ranger Nation of who he is and what he is exactly, because they see a guy like that who pitched for the White Sox last year, the worst team that any of us have ever seen. And they think, okay, well, he's not there anymore. He's with the Red Sox, but really, what can this guy possibly have? Well, he has quite a bit.
Yeah, so does Dylan Cease.
Yeah.
Dylan Cease was a starter on that team, too. So.
That's right, he was. Man, what went wrong with that?
I'll tell you exactly what went wrong. You guys said something interesting when you were talking about the Mavericks and how certain fans have walked away from their Maverick fandom, and will they ever come back, right? So I relate to that as a Chicago White Sox fan, because when Tony La Russa was hired, when we had this team of just amazing young prospects who were just so exciting, and they loved playing together, and we needed a new coach. Ricky Renteria was not working out for us, so he had to go, and we could have had anybody. We could have had A.J. Hinch. We could have had Bochy. We could have had any guys, right? But somehow our crazy 100-year-old team owner decided he wanted to right a wrong from 1985 and bring back Tony La Russa out of retirement, the fun police, to stand. Yes, that's exactly what he was, the fun police, and he destroyed that team. He ruined everybody's spirit, and I just like the Luka trade, I said I am not going to watch any White Sox baseball again. This was last year. I boycotted the entirety of last season. Thankfully, it's the most losses in history for a Major League Baseball team. I didn't see one single inning, and here we are.
Talk about ducking out at the right time.
Well, but I saw it coming. I saw the incompetence at ownership. You want to talk about having an owner who doesn't care.
You could have possibly seen it being that bad.
I knew it would be that bad. Yeah. Certainly I wouldn't have bet that they would be the worst team of all time, but I would have bet they'd be the worst team in baseball. I didn't think, they'd break any records.
I saw where they set the over-under.
I have not come back yet.
At 54.5 on wins.
For the season?
54.5.
Yeah, I would. I'm barely paying it. I'm kind of paying attention because of new management, and they got a big win yesterday, and we're very excited about that. It's nice to win on opening day. But I'll check back in mid-June.
And that's another.
And then I'll see if they can have my attention.
And Ryan, that's another thing. Why do you have a position player pitching on opening day? What kind of idiocy is that? What
I can't imagine it.
Are you saving your bullpen?
I can't imagine it.
Could you see? That was just crazy.
It's the nuttiest thing I've ever seen. I can't imagine it.
It's like opening up with a bullpen day.
Yeah.
It's how absurd.
Yeah, it's opening day, so we're going to make it a bullpen day.
Nobody's earned the starter.
Just you don't want to see a young guy, how he, makes his debut maybe? Or just anybody that's a pitcher.
Theoretically, on opening day, you're going to have a really nice crowd there. Maybe if you're a lousy team, it's going to be one of the biggest crowds you have all year. If ever there's a day to show them something, that's it.
Yeah.
If ever there's a day to run somebody out there that you think they want to see, that's it.
You're down 8-0. You're not going to win that game. And I got news for you. You're not going to go 162-0 either. You're going to lose a few games. And then you throw that out there. It never made any sense.
You said 54 wins was the projection.
54.5.
54.5. Okay, so you want to hear an absolutely stunning fact? Since spring training began, 6 White Sox pitchers, starters, projected to be on the team, Major League roster. 6 of them, Tommy John.
Yeah,
Since the start of spring training. So I'm not against having infielders pitch because I don't think we've got much choice.
Yeah, that's
insane.
That's insane, but what do you do about it?
I think
How do you prevent it?
We fire every pitching coach in the organization, or, especially if we're talking about players that have come up through our mind. I don't know. That's got to be a coaching thing. If 2 years ago, we had a problem where we had 22 hamstrings. And we're like, what is going on with this team in hamstrings? And now it's arms. Now it's Tommy John. So, I don't know. You got to look at the coaches.
I think Ozzie Guillen had the right deal. Too many muscles. You don't pull fat.
Ozzie has a lot of right ideas. I'm an Ozzie guy.
You don't pull fat.
Maybe they need to bring him back.
Yes, they do.
But one of these days, and it's the answer's right there. One of these days, they're going to figure out. You know how you avoid all these arm injuries? You pitch. You pitch.
Well,
and you keep pitching.
You also stop teaching them junk at 12.
Yeah.
That's the real problem. I was a catcher, and I remember this all started in the 1980s. I had a kid named Jason Zimbauer who was drafted in the first round by the Brewers right out of high school, and I caught him. And this kid was throwing insane junk at 14, 15 years old. 1 year, his first year, Tommy John blew out the arm, was never the same, never played in the majors. It's because we're trying to make these kids YouTube heroes at 15, and they're doing real damage to their bodies.
One of the worst things that happened was when radar guns became affordable. And everybody could get one.
Yeah.
And then everybody wants to, because I've got news.
Is that a worse thing than YouTube?
Yeah.
I've got news for all these people. Everybody that thinks that all these pitchers are throwing 103 and 104, they're not, Pugs. They're not. Because now they judge the ball halfway. They used to judge it when it crosses a plate. It makes no sense to gauge the speed of a pitch until it reaches a plate, because that's the only time a batter can do anything with it. That's the only time there's any competitiveness. So what does it matter?
So hold on.
If it's halfway.
So that's interesting, because what you're telling me is that the speed, the top speed, or the speed of the ball that's reported on the pitch when we see it,
Halfway.
95 or whatever, right? You're saying that's the halfway speed before decrease in velocity sets in.
Every time Nolan Ryan was ever hit with a gun, it's when the ball crosses the plate.
All right, so you're saying there is a change.
It was a change in baseball.
Okay, yeah. Why would that be?
Well, because it was the same time that they could measure everything.
And it makes pitchers seem more dominant?
Launch angles and exit velocity.
That's interesting.
All that mumbo jumbo that they throw in there. And, let's face it. Not many people can throw a baseball 100 miles an hour. Not very many people can. And I don't think anybody can throw at 105. I don't think that's ever happened in the history ever. Not even on a fluke pitch.
Well, a lot of people have claimed it, but yeah. I don't know that we've seen it in the game.
You know what? Nolan Ryan might have been throwing 110 when you measured him halfway to home plate.
Yeah, well.
So I just think it's the infatuation with stats and analytics, and they just got to come up with something new.
Well, that was my first thought on why they would start to measure the velocity peak at halfway to the home plate. It's because it's a greater number and it sounds better. And it's if you've got 5 guys on your team who are throwing 101 when maybe when it crosses the plate it's only 98, it sounds better to say 101, so measure it there. Boom, branding, baby.
That's all it is.
And once again, like I said, when everybody could afford a radar gun, that's when every kid thought he was going to throw like Nolan Ryan. Not everybody can.
I think me, like everyone else, just assumed it was at the point of the plate. That's where the number is. That's interesting.
That's the only competitiveness of a batter and a pitcher is when the ball is when you can hit it, when it is in your radius of hitting. A batter can't do anything with a pitch that's 30 feet. 60 feet 6 inches. At 30 feet, he's looking at it. He's trying to pick up the rotation. But that's about all he can do with it.
He's trying to figure out what it's going to do halfway.
And, speed, he needs to know how fast it's going, but it doesn't affect him until he swings the bat through the strike zone.
Could either of you guys pick up really good pitching? Could either of you guys hit like really? Because I had absolutely. I may as well close my eyes and swing. When I connected, I could drive it. But as soon as kids started throwing serious stuff like deep curves and stuff, I was done. I was done.
I couldn't hit nothing.
No, I can hit in a batting cage because I know where it's going to be exactly when it's supposed to be there. But anybody, Greg, how about you? I mean,
I can't even do that.
And it was about 15 or 16 where I realized, there is something special about people who are good at this, and I'm not special.
I was good. I was a good hitter in high school, but it was low level high school. And then when I got to junior college, No, it was a different level.
Yeah.
I mean, different level. And I never had any power, and just like a line drive hitter. Like I said, good high school hitter, but that's it.
Yeah, the same with me.
But-
And as soon as
but-
people
but-
started pitching well, I was like, well,
but
it's not for me.
But as far as picking up the rotation of the ball, no, I never saw it.
No, I was just closing my eyes and swinging.
I saw the
you know,
ball.
I knew where it was
That's
supposed to
about
be
it.
and connect, great. If not, oh well.
I couldn't hit. I could catch the ball. I could throw it, and I could pitch a little bit, but I couldn't throw hard. But my coaches used to tell me, stop throwing curveballs and stuff. I wasn't throwing curveballs.
Were you a pitcher?
Yeah, I just had natural movement on it, and I didn't know how to get it off of there.
Why would he tell you to stop? I mean, was it not effective? I mean, I would think that
They thought I was throwing a curveball, and they thought I was going to hurt my arm.
Oh, okay. See, look at
But
that.
I was coming out just
Back when we cared about kids.
Yeah, I was just coming straight overhand, you know.
Hey, let me.
And the ball moved.
And you and I grew up in the era where if a grown-up caught a youngster throwing a curveball, they'd tell him stop it right then. It didn't matter if it's
Yeah,
a
no,
kid
that's
or not.
that's me too. I remember that. I remember kids. Yeah.
Don't be throwing that. That'll hurt your arm.
Yeah.
But they don't
I mean,
do that
I-
anymore.
I-
That's why we
I
have
would-
Tommy John everywhere.
I would throw a strike that had movement, and I would look over at the coach, and he'd be going, he'd be shaking his head, and don't be throwing that curveball. I wasn't throwing a curveball. I was
What are
throwing it
you,
straight
magic?
overhand.
You were doing something. I mean, you got magic powers to make it move on its own. You had to have been doing something. You barely were paying attention. Not intentionally. I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just saying you had some special skill. Gave it junk. You didn't even know it.
I didn't know it. I didn't know it at all.
I just took a bite of food, man.
I just realized we all waited for you to eat and then turned to you like, Greg, what do you think?
What a bunch of horses' asses.
We laid out on
I
them.
take one bite. Take one freaking bite.
But I got stuck in that earlier. I did the same thing. I'm like, God, this food looks good.
We're going to leave you hanging, man.
That's what I hate about this video. I like the old days when it was audio. There was no video. You could be sitting over here.
Now there is video.
I know.
Cheers,
I love
everybody.
video. And it looks good. And it does look good. And that's another thing, Pugs, you brought up.
Yes, sir.
When's the last time you've driven around anywhere and seen a pickup game of baseball?
Never. You know,
I bet I haven't seen one in, seriously, 20 years.
Greg, I have a 15-year-old son who's very athletic, loves every sport. He loves baseball. I got him into baseball. He doesn't have any opportunity to play it. There's a baseball league at his high school. There's a team at his high school. But those kids who play baseball at the high school level now are ones that have been in a special track for years and years. The average regular kid, when we used to just come running out of the house and play baseball on the corner, that doesn't happen
exist.
anymore.
They don't exist.
And there's no interest in it either. I'm like, 'cause my kid walks around Plano in White Sox gear, and he's like, Dad, nobody knows what this is. Well, I mean, the black kids know the hat because, you know, that's a pretty well-established hip-hop part of the uniform. But the baseball is not a thing. It's not for kids.
It's not.
You know, I can remember when I was a kid that, you know, you get on your bike and ride wherever, and you might see 3 games in a yard going on.
Yeah.
You know,
3 games in a day for ourselves, right?
Yeah.
It's a morning game, afternoon, and night game.
3 different yards with games going on. You know, whether it be wiffle ball, whatever. I mean, I just can't imagine sitting in a house and scrolling on a phone. Although I do it every day.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're pretty good at it.
Although I do it every day. But I guarantee I wouldn't have been doing that at 12.
Well, look, I have a 15-year-old.
Although if I'd have known there was porn on there, maybe.
Yeah, that's a pretty tight magnet. You have no idea. I mean, I don't know. You obviously, Mike, your daughter's grown. Same with you. My 15-year-old is like an alien species to what I was at 15. They don't go to keggers. They're not going to backyard parties. They're not hanging out in their friends' basements playing poker. They're not, I know they don't want to drive, Mike. They don't want driver's license.
You know what?
Really?
Yet driver's license is in decline by like 90% because they can take Uber everywhere and don't have to get off their phone.
It is
kids don't want to drive.
Wow. I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
I have a group that
I never pondered that possibility.
My son is 15 years old. I'm currently teaching him how to drive. He wants his license. He's the only one in his age group that wants his license.
Man, the day I turned 16,
right?
I was there at that DMV and got that day. I mean, on my birthday.
Oh yeah.
Took the test and got that, and I could drive without.
Did you have to get a beginner's license?
Yeah, I had that. But you take driver's ed.
Yeah.
Then you get that paper thing. You don't do that anymore. And then that you could drive.
No, the permit now. My son just got it. It's an actual license.
Yeah,
it's a real official license like we get.
This looked like just a receipt you'd get out of a receipt book.
A piece of paper, no picture.
No picture on it.
Used to get into bars with stuff like that. The IDs with no picture.
What used to back then, if you were underage, they were called provincial driver's license, and in the picture you had to turn your head. Remember that, Rhynes? Where you had to turn if you were under 18, you had to turn your head.
No, I don't remember that.
Yes, yeah. I mean, like my first driver's license picture, it's kind of like a mug shot where they have the side of it.
So your first driver's license had a picture.
Yeah.
Mine didn't.
Really?
It was just a little pink card that they gave you.
So you got yours, what, 67, 68?
Thereabouts.
See, I got mine in 76.
Based on what we know now, how did you guys not kill people back then? You know how easy it would have been to kill somebody in 1970 and get away with it? I mean, IDs.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
That's your...
Wow.
It's for everybody.
Look at this.
That looks amazing.
Dig in, boys.
Oh, boy, oh, boy. No. Your ID, you could buy liquor and stuff, and you could sign documents with a piece of paper that just said your name. What were you on the honor system? Everybody was trusting everybody back then.
There was no picture, no nothing.
Hey,
weird.
I remember when I was in high school, I had a fake ID, and here's how I made the fake ID. I took an X-Acto knife and took my exact driver's license, and I cut the 60 out and put a 58 in there.
Yeah.
And worked forever. And getting into clubs. And how I never got caught, I'll never know. But everybody did that. You take an X-Acto knife and cut it out, and that was your fake ID.
Now were your IDs back then, were they paper or laminate?
No, it had pictures on them.
Okay.
But it didn't have
But they were laminate?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
there must have been some
pretty
heady X-Acto work.
It was easy. No, that's what was weird about it. The way they were constructed, and of course they didn't have any kind of magnetic stripe or any of that. I mean, it was just, it's basically like a credit card without all the stuff on it. And it was so easy to do. Everybody that I knew took the X-Acto knife and would cut it out. You might get somebody that looks like you for a fake ID, but you always ran the risk that you wouldn't know your zip code or something when somebody asked you. But if you had all your own information and you just altered your driver's license, you were in.
I'm scrolling furiously through my phone. I'm trying to show you my fake ID from back in the day. I had an operation. I had really good fake IDs. We took my bedroom wall. Hold on, is it down here? We took my bedroom wall and we painted it white. Okay. And then we put up all of these decals. Is it down? I don't see it. And we put up all of these decals that looked like the whole wall was a driver's license. And people came in one at a time and stood in front of my wall.
I've heard about that.
We took the picture.
Now
the name we used, the permanent name with the removable letters, was Chris Peterson. Because Chris Peterson could be Chris Peters. It could be Peter Christen. It could be varying. It could be a boy. It could be a girl. You could be a girl named Chris. So, I ran that for about a year. Made a lot of money. Everybody in town was running around with one of my fake Wisconsin. It was Wisconsin, always out of state. Because if it looks a little funny to a Chicago bartender or something, he's gonna go, oh well, I'm not familiar with that. It's probably from a different state. But I was trying to show you a picture of it, but I can't find it. They were great. They really looked good.
I never had a fake ID.
No?
No.
Well, it's because you didn't live near me. If you did, I'd have sold you one.
And that was back when the age was it 18 with you, Ryan?
No.
Or was it 21?
It was
still?
21.
See, I was always 18. I never had the 21 limit. I was always
It
18.
turned into 18 right after I hit 21.
And then I believe it was 1980 that they went to 19 for 1 year, because I was bartending then, had to check IDs. And it was 19, and then they went to 21.
Were you a strict ID checker?
Not really.
You'd let guys slide?
When I used to have to work, every once in a while I'd have to work the door, and I was then, because you could be a bully then. And when I knew that I had a fake ID, I would work on that guy. I would really bully him. I'd say, "Is this you?" "Oh, yeah." "Really? What's your address?" 321 Main. They had it memorized. I go, "Really?"
You ain't going to catch them on that. If they come on. They memorized all that stuff, right?
I say, "Are you sure this is yours?" And they go, "Yeah." I said, "Well, I'm going to call the Arlington police, and I'm going to give it to them, and then you can take it up with them."
Oh, you narc.
And they'd go, "Okay, no." and then they'd try to get it back. We confiscated them.
Well, but
and you'd sell them back.
We
to them.
always confiscate.
I worked in bars too.
Yeah.
They'd confiscate them, and then like the next day, if the dude wanted to come back, they'd sell them to him. They'd sell them back to him.
I bet there was no bully like Grego working the door.
And I was really good on the. We talked a minute ago about dress code. Now, I didn't like working the door, but everybody had to have a shift every once in a while, because you couldn't make any money at it. They just paid you minimum wage to sit at the door while everybody else was bartending and making money.
Well, did you ever not let anybody in because they violated the dress code?
All the time. I mean, we had ridiculous dress code.
What was your dress code?
What was the dress
hats?
code?
I'm guessing hats.
Okay, forget a hat, a cap. You couldn't wear caps.
Okay.
You could wear a cowboy hat.
Oh, okay. All right.
Let me see if I can remember. You couldn't have any part of your jeans are ripped. You don't get in them. If they're faded, you don't get in. No tennis shoes.
So what do you got to have? Boots?
Nothing that said Harley. Anything that said Harley, you couldn't get in. We didn't let leather vest in.
Why no leather vest?
Because you just couldn't have the riffraff in there.
Why? What's riffraffy about a leather vest?
You couldn't let bikers in.
Oh,
okay.
I see it. Okay.
You know, and that's oh man.
What were we? Was this like a dance club or a bar or a sports bar? What are we talking?
Well, the club, the corporation I worked for, that was just a policy that everybody had to work the door.
Mm.
And well, I don't even really want to tell this story.
Well, I think I want to hear it now.
But they had a little system.
That's okay. Nobody's listening anyway.
They had a little system going when I worked at Spencer's Palace in Fort Worth. And they discriminated like you would not believe.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was really bad. And so what they do is you couldn't keep black people out because of a dress code, because they dress better than anybody. So you couldn't get them on dress code. So I can't believe it. What they do is they had a counter that the girl that took the money would have a counter and count how many black people were in the club.
Oh, no.
And
in what year is
So
this?
there was a quota.
Oh, yeah. This would be 1979.
Wow.
And when there was 20 black people in the club, all country and western music.
Oh,
Went from all
boy.
disco to all country and western music. Now,
see, now that is fascinating to me because that is your very real life experience. And I come from a different part of the country, the south side of Chicago. That is an absurd policy. Like, why? Where I come from, why would you want to keep all the black people out? Because that's the customer base. That's where we are.
Well,
that seems so.
let me see if I can.
I mean, look, I understand it. I'm not a dunce.
It was Fort Worth, Texas, and it was 1979, and they're racist.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, but that,
that wasn't the worst part.
No.
And I saw this happen.
But those are the kinds of stories that where I'm from, we hear about right? But we don't ever know that they're actually real. And here you are saying, no, that's a very real thing.
And then this is a true deal. And so they were so blatant about it that the only time that I ever said anything, because I was one of the guys, I kept my mouth shut. I didn't like it. I didn't think it was right. But, I was as guilty as they were because I kept my mouth shut. I didn't say anything. But there were times when if the black folks wouldn't get the hint on the country music, then they'd send a waitress over there with a tray full of grenadine glasses and accidentally spill all that grenadine on.
See, yeah, wow.
I saw that happen. I saw that happen twice. And if anybody gets,
Cut it off. Yeah.
Go ahead.
What?
Finish your story.
Oh, and if anybody did anything, they'd have them arrested.
All right. A little bit more Your Dark Companion before it's time for us to get on out of here at Hearsay tonight. Hearsay in Arlington at Choctaw Stadium. If you've not been to this place, you need to come out here and check it out. It is a vibe, man. It is a most serious vibe.
Can I steal another lamb chop? Because I got to tell you.
Go ahead.
Oh, my God. How many times in your life do you get lamb? Not me. It's not a regular. This is amazing.
They have started running food units up here.
Boy, have they ever.
And I must say, these are most serious. If you've not been to this place, then that's on you, man. We're telling you straight up. You need to check it out.
You guys are chucking lobster tails down your gullets like walrus up here. This is amazing.
It really is.
Look at this.
He's Grego. He's Pugs. I'm Mike. And we got a little bit more to go here, a little time left.
So, Rhynes, were you shocked yesterday when you started watching all the games and you saw the Yankee players with beards? Did that kind of shock you? A little bit.
It was jarring.
It was jarring, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. For those who may not know, the Yankees have always had a very severe dress code. And part of said dress code is they don't let their guys have beards. Now, they let them have mustaches. Thurman Munson, for one, had a mighty, mighty mustache. And I'm sure there have been several others, but...
Mattingly, right?
Yeah, Don Mattingly had one.
Play there and had one for a...
Yeah, I think Ron Guidry did too. But beards have been a non-starter in Yankee land for all this time until now.
And it does... I could go either way on this. I thought it was kind of cool, and I still think it's kind of cool that the Yankees haven't given in to the alternate the alternate uniforms. They're keeping it right. I kind of like that. And so if they had that to go along with the uniform and the NY, I'm okay with it. But it started costing them players.
Yeah.
And if they're that, you have to cater to them these days. You wouldn't have 20 years ago.
Outside of Mike Trout, they are in a player in the league that looks like Maris with a buzz cut. And that's who the Yankees want. Yeah. That's who they're looking for. And that just ain't baseball anymore. That ain't the players.
And, you can't do it anymore. And I understand why they did.
Yeah, you got to let them be them,
But that rumbling.
If you don't let them be them, then they're not going to stay, even if you are the Yankees.
But that big rumbling you heard on the East Coast, that was George Steinbrenner rolling around in his grave because he would not be happy with this at all.
Didn't like them hippies.
He wouldn't be happy that it was his rule and somebody else broke it. That's what he wouldn't like about it. So.
Yeah. But, yes, that's one big change you're going to notice in baseball this year. The bearded Yankee. This is his time.
And another thing that baseball related, I caught Bobby Valentine, one of our favorites, on a podcast the other day. And he was going nuts on robot umpires. And he wants them. He wants them bad.
So do I.
I mean, he says the technology is there and, that there are too many biased umpires. He used that excuse. And he wants it done. He said, you're always going to have umpires on the field because of the plays at the base.
Yeah.
He said, but there's no reason to have a plate umpire anymore. And, man, I don't know how I feel about that. Because
I'm not against it, but I can't say I'm for it either, because it's always been a part of baseball. And most of the time, the guy's calling balls.
The incorrect call? You're advocating for the incorrect call as having been always part of baseball?
Well, yeah, the incorrect
call. Don't we want it right?
Well, yeah, we do want it right. We do want it right. And I think most of the time, the guys behind the plate do get it right. No.
Come on, we got that strike box now on every baseball. We've seen more than
and most
the
of
ball
the time
is way outside the box, and that's a strike.
Most of the time they get it right.
But they can get it right 100% of the time
Yeah,
if they just rely on that box.
I know.
I don't know why the guy's there.
I'm not so sure a pitcher or a batter deserve 100% accuracy. I'm not so sure they deserve that.
Why?
Because it's baseball. It's a different game.
It's an imperfect, beautiful thing.
I'm not so sure that you're not assured of the correct call. He may miss it by an inch. I don't want this to where it barely nicks a plate and they get to call that. Barely nicks a plate.
Do you feel the same way about this new thing on the football in the NFL that's going to give us the first downs accurately?
I bugged this guy for years that I wanted, replay. I mean, I screamed and hollered about it for years, and I was so wrong. I wish they'd do away with all of it, every single bit of it. And
replay in football?
Yes, and I'll tell you why, Ryan. How many times did you and I go to the ballpark, and the first thing we'd do is see what umpire was working the plate, and we'd say, "Well, boy, How many times? We knew the umpires.
Yep, we did.
So
Joe West is out there. We're screwed.
Or Derwood Merrill or whomever. But we knew how the game was going to be called. And you know what? 90% of the time we were right. They call it exactly like they do all the time. So there was a consistency. And I like that. I like that a batter or a pitcher had to consider what the umpire was going to call. That's gamesmanship.
I don't know. I'm really on the fence on this because I agree with all that. But if there is technology out there that allows you to get the call right, why would you not use it?
And here's the other problem.
There's no argument against that. That's the problem.
We want baseball. We've all just talked the last segment about how we don't see kids playing baseball anymore. We want baseball to thrive, right? We want baseball to thrive. It's got to be about gambling. If it's going to be about gambling, it better be precise. This beauty and the poetry of the game the way it used to be, that doesn't jive with gambling. It better be precise, and that's why I think it's going that way anyway.
It's, I'm afraid baseball's turning into a regional game.
Yeah, like hockey.
Oh, it definitely is.
Baseball and hockey are at about the same place.
You think it's there, Ryan?
Oh yeah. It's definitely a regional
I do too.
game.
Man, I hope not.
I mean, you were for your team. You were for your team in your region, and you don't pay a whole lot of attention to what's going on elsewhere, like baseball fans used to do. And I don't like that. I mean, I think if you're a baseball fan, you are a fan of the game, and it falls to you. I mean, you almost owe it to the game to pay attention to what's going on everywhere out there. What's going on with the greater game at large out there.
Do you like? I mean, I do think that in the last couple of years, the changes that baseball made. I love the pitch clock. I love that a game can be done in 2 hours, 2.5 hours. It's a beautiful thing to me.
I think the pitch clock has absolutely saved the game.
I do too. I mean, but these are the kinds of innovations that a 15-year-old kid who's only got a 15-second, mentality looking at YouTube videos doesn't want to sit and watch a beautiful 3.5-hour extra innings baseball game unfold. So how do we make that kid interested in the game? We got to do things that are different. And yeah, I love the pitch clock. Make it quicker, make it faster.
Yeah, the pitch clock gives the game pace. It eliminates stepping out of the batter's box.
Nonsense.
The back and forth between pitcher stepping off, hitter stepping out, all that stuff.
But Greg, isn't that part of the beauty that you were just speaking of?
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
You don't like the pitch clock?
No. I don't see why the commissioner can't get players together and say, look, MFers, get it together. Get in the box. Quit walking around behind the mound. We got to move this on. And if you don't, we're going to do something really, really drastic.
Like what, though? Like what?
Like ringing them up. Like a guy standing.
Aaron Judge. What do you mean? These guys make more money than.
I know.
You can't ring them up.
I'm fighting a war that I can't win. I mean, because there's a lot more of you guys than there are me, and that's a lost. That's just a lost battle. I mean, they're going to have that. And has it made the game better? Yeah.
I think baseball is better.
I'll admit it has. And Ron, you're right. That's a great word, pacing, because it has helped the pacing. I just don't like it. I think baseball players should have enough respect to the game to keep it moving on.
But they don't.
They don't. I know. And
they don't. So you've got to make them have it. And the way they made them have it is with the pitch clock. I have no problem whatsoever with it. In fact, I like it. If they ever talk about going back away from the pitch clock, back to the way it used to be, no,
thank you.
Once again, I can't argue with it because you're right, and there's no argument against it. You know, getting the call right or just whatever. It's just that, man, I just don't like it that way. That's just not the game.
Well, I hope this doesn't come as a shock to anyone, but we are about done for today. We certainly thank you for being with us. Thanks to our crew, Yvonne, the greatness of Yvonne, Ashley, the greatness of Ashley, Mickey, the greatness of Mickey, helping us out here today.
Sensational.
Yes, great time out here. Thanks to the folks out here at Hearsay for having us. You guys were wonderful. This is a fantastic place. If you've not been to Hearsay yet, come out here and see it. You're probably saying, well, yeah, he's there at Hearsay. He's got to say that. All right, come out here and see it for yourself.
This place is gorgeous.
And see if you feel that way about what I'm saying then, because I'm not. This place is cool. You will dig it. I know you will dig it. This has been your Dark Companion. We thank you very much for watching. Get a hold of us on social media, on X, on Facebook, everywhere we are out there. We would love to hear what you have to say about it. Until next time, bye.
All right. I'm going to go take my pants off.
Your Dark Companion is a Stolen Water Media presentation.